Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Muffy. Hey, live viewers. Thank you, Muffy. Joe. So, hello, everybody. My name is Joe Hart. I'm a person with disabilities, primarily invisible disabilities. I wear many hats and I'm transitioning right now. But if I was one thing, which I'm not, if I was one thing, I'd be an advocate. That's what I'm mostly. Self-advocate primarily, a bit selfish, but I can also advocate for other people. So certainly people can ask and all that sort of stuff, and I try to help people when I can. You know, I focus on invisible disabilities, but I'm not going to turn away anybody with regular disabilities. Brown Bear Jamboree. Let me see your 450 emojis. Give me all those emojis. Come on, Brown Bear. You are free in this thing. Neil, hello all. Hi, Neil. And let me see. Everybody so far is from YouTube. So I think everybody can see all the comments. Let's see. Muffy is YouTube, Brown Bear's YouTube, and Neil's YouTube. Anyway, welcome everybody. Brown Bear Jamboree. Hi there, Joe. That was so fun last night to try to figure out. By the way, I'm still always working. I think Muffy is a. I wish I do apologize, to Muffy and so many people. I just don't have a fantastic memory. So I don't ever mean disrespect, but I'm not looking at YouTube, but I'm pretty sure Muffy is a mod, and I'm sure you are. And anyway, yesterday I had three what are they called? Custom commands, and now I'm up to 6. So there's an email. Someone asked me about. Hey, there you go, Brown Bear. Let me look at all those. Woohoo! Brown Bear can still, well, I don't know, but I think Brown Bear can comment again. I think Nightbot, I think we have sat Nightbot in the corner and not be a strict parent or a petulant child, as we were calling it last night. So I think Brown Bear can still, LOL, there she is. There is Brown Bear, LOL, total freedom. Total freedom. You and Scarlett. Can you believe it? By the way, I watched my stream yesterday, or most of it. I'm not done, but I want to watch all of it. And I don't usually watch mine because there's just so many hours in the day and I talk forever. But I realized, I kept calling her Scarlett. I mean, Charlotte. I was always calling her Charlotte, not Scarlett. And, I probably mentioned her name 80 times, and 60 of them was Charlotte and 20 of them was Scarlett. Anyway, she didn't correct me any of the times, but Nightbot is no longer picking on you, man. And, as I said yesterday, you did nothing. He didn't really pick on you. I'm saying it's a he. I don't know if it's a he or she, but I appreciate you being there and Scarlett. And we, I kept showing I would put your stuff up on the screen, and then it would say, you've been warned and stuff. And I'm like, don't worry that it's up. I was just trying to learn. So I appreciate you being there. And Scarlett, I might try to, I'm not a slow typer. I mean, I'm not a fast typer, but I'm going to, let's see here. So this is for Muffy and any other and any other mod. And I don't know, Muffy, I don't know, you probably can draw circles around me, but I don't know if you can somehow get this on a list that you can, I don't know, if you can, like when a mod comes in, you can say, hey, here's the 7. I think, what is it? Oh, it's 6. If you could, I'm almost done typing. And like I said, I'm going to have probably 75 of these. So let's see. Email. Funding, PayPal, TikTok, Twitter. Okay, so this is mostly for Muffy and any other mod. Muffy and all mods. That's the current 6 custom commands I've got, and I'm sure Muffy knows how to do them, but you do the exclamation point without the hyphen. I put the hyphens in there so that it wouldn't work on my end. But so those are the current 6. And again, I don't know if you can, I don't know what magic mods can do, but if you could, and I know I need to get everybody's email and send them email updates. Oh, okay, Nightbot. Am I Nightbot? Am I telling you what to do? I don't mean to tell you what to do. But anyway, I know I'm going to have to get everybody's email and send them out so that everybody gets this stuff. And I'm, it's tiring. You're laughing. But anyway, it is tiring, just all the things. Taylor, hey Joe, glad to see you're making good progress. Thanks, Taylor. Taylor Sangster, thanks. I'm not great with names, so I'm not sure where I would know you from. I came from another stream. Another, that's where most of my subs were from, that other stream, and then more recently I've been in even another stream that I'm getting a lot of subs from. So I don't know where you may know me from, but feel free to mention the other streamers that you might know me from. Anyway, Taylor, Joe is a rock star. I saw you in there and was proud of your work. I saw you in there. So I guess you're talking about the first streamer. You can mention the stream by name. It helps me to go, oh, okay. So City Girls Glam. Hey Joe, glad to catch your live this evening. Well, thank you for being here. It's always hard to, recently there's about 7 or 9 or 10 people that I want to see every day. And I never want to conflict with their schedule, but it's so hard to fit between all the schedules. So, I think, I'm not sure, but I think Brittany's at 10:20, and I think Losso's is at 11:30. So I'm not saying I'm going to end by 10:20 because that's really quick, but I just want to see so many people, and I'm trying to learn from everybody. But so I heard the funny story about Bren Brown, Baron Scarlett's channel, and Nightbot. Amen. And I don't know if you heard the whole story, but it's mostly very funny about Scarlett. She came up onto my panel and she was helping me. She came up to me, and she helped me. And she was, I disabled a lot of Nightbot, and then she tested it. Well, she ended up being timed out for five minutes, which it's not funny, but that was horrible because, she was on my, hey, Angela, how are you? I subbed from Scarlett's channel. I don't chat there much, mostly listen. Well, cool, Angela. You can do, I use the word lurk, but I don't mean that in a negative way. You're free to listen, and you chat anytime you want, or listen, or whatever you want to do, or lurk, or whatever you want to do. That's fine. But anyway, yeah, it was odd because she was on my panel, which of course she could be on my panel any day she would like to, anytime she's here. So being on the panel, she could talk, hey, Jody, how are you? And she could, she could talk as much as she wants. She could say whatever she wants. She could do anything, but yet she was timed out. So she couldn't type anything, but she could talk whatever you want. So, so I subbed from her channel as well. Cool. Yeah, I'm glad. Anyway, I'm going to try to get back into the, I didn't do my introduction just like yesterday. I guess I'm going to try to do that. But let me catch up on comments. Muffy says, Joe, thank you, Muffy. And then that's my Hey Muffy from YouTube. That's my Hey Muffy from Twitch. You probably don't see. That's my Hey Muffy from Facebook page, which I'll get to, that I'm sending. I'm streaming to 6 destinations. They call them destinations. I call them platforms. Brown Bear, hey there, Joe. And Neil, hey all. And Muffy, Brown Bear, hello. And Brown Bear, since Brown Bear has freedom, she put a bunch of emojis. I asked her to, and she put a bunch. Yesterday, I think she put one or zero. I think Brown Bear put 0 emojis, but it might have been 1. And then bam, she was warned. Which I don't know if everybody knows this. I got the report from Nightbot of what happened yesterday. And so it ended up that Brown Bear and Scarlet were timed out for 5 seconds. I guess I've never heard from people that when you're warned, you get timed out for 5 seconds. I don't think anybody would even notice for 5 seconds. But anyway, you were officially timed out for 5 seconds. I don't know how many times, 2 or 3 times, but that's bogus that they do that. So Neil, hi, and Brown Bear, LOL. And Nightbot is no longer picking on you or anybody. And Scarlet. I'll try not to say Charlotte. I said that a whole bunch last night. Brown Bear, hi, Muffy. I just don't. So these are, I think other let's see, City Girls Glam. I think that's it so far. Yeah. So I think Muffy and City Girls Glam. I'm not on YouTube, so I don't see the blue wrenches, but I think City Girls Glam and Muffy are blue wrenches. And those are the 6 as of, last night I had 3 and tonight I have 6. And I'm going to, try to do the best I can getting those up and running. I'm sure I'll have 75 one day and I'll get everybody's email. That's what Scarlett said. I needed to get everybody's email, and then I would all my mods email and send them, but I think I'm going to be editing them all the time. But anyway, so that's the current 6. I put a hyphen between the exclamation point, so it would not work on my end, but those are them. I did ask Muffy if she could do some magic and somehow pre-write something that had those 6 things on it. And so when a mod comes in, she says, hey, City Glam. And then she sends those 6 things. So I don't know if that happened. I don't mean to be bossing my mods around. They are rock stars. I'm just trying to ask for some help. So anyway, it's exclamation point. I won't say that 6 times because that's too long. I'm going to have to find out a shortcut for that word. But it's email, funding, PayPal, TikTok, Twitter, and Venmo. But yeah, I'm going to have to update that stuff. So that was YouTube. This is Twitch. That's Facebook page. Every time I type one comment, it's written 3 times on my screen, but I think you all just see it once. I think Twitch gets theirs, and Facebook page, I think, goes to both my Facebooks. But I'm learning. I don't know. Oh, okay, Nightbot. Yeah, Muffy. Hey, Joe, glad to see you're making good progress. I'm doing pretty good. I'm disabled and I am impulsive. I'm like a squirrel, or I look for squirrels. So I do know I need to improve. I need to stay on topic. I need to not talk so much. I need to not read every single comment, because then I miss people when they're leaving. I don't like missing people. And I like to, at the beginning, say, hey, for everybody, stick around for as long as you can, but you don't have to stick around, come and go as you see fit. And then at the beginning, I'm like, so goodbye to everybody that I miss. And I bet I miss a bunch of people. So I don't like to do that. City Girls Glam. Hey, Joe, glad to catch your live this evening. By the way, City Glam, City Girls, I hope you saw those 6. And those are probably pretty straightforward. Email, PayPal, Venmo, Twitter, TikTok, funding. They're pretty straightforward, I hope. Taylor Sangster. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Sangster. I saw you in there and was proud of your work. Thank you so much. Taylor, do you stream? Do you get up on panels and stuff? Muffy, hey, City Girls. And Brown Burl, hey, City Girls. And Taylor, I heard the funny story about Brown Bear and Scarlett's channel and Nightbot. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Brown Bear showed up immediately tonight. And as soon as she got here, I was like, send me about 100 emojis because you're free. And so she did. She sent me about 20 emojis. And she could still comment afterwards. I know, right, Muffy? Oh, wait, did you say something about me, Muffy? Something about that I'm a perfect superstar? You said it somewhere, I guess, but I know, right, Muffy? Oh, there it is. How did I miss that? Sorry, Muffy. Taylor, Joe is a rock star. Somehow I missed that. Sorry. But I thought I saw it earlier. My phone is making horrendous noises. There, turn that off. I know, right, Muffy? And then Muffy, Taylor, and Angela. There's Muffy to Taylor and Angela. I subbed from Scarlett's channel. I don't chat there much, mostly listen. I thank you for being here, Angela. I appreciate it. Yeah, I heard. I mostly listen at night as well. Cool. Thank you. And Angela, I can't really see. I think it's anyway. I can't see emojis. Feel free to use emojis, but I can't really understand them or interpret them. I can do the simple ones: thumbs up, heart, happy, sad. But when there's 15 different versions of sadness, I that's where my eyes glaze over and I'm like, and I can't read them. My eyes aren't the best. So, hi, Angela. Angela is my daughter's name. That's a beautiful name for both y'all. Jody, Reason. Hi, Joe, Muffy, Brown Bear, Neil, Taylor, City Glam, Angela. Man, Jody, you are efficient there. Taylor, I subbed from her channel as well. Thank you so much. Muffy, hey, Jody, welcome. And Brown Bear Jamboree, hi, Jody. And Angela says, hi, everyone. Here is Sweet and Sleuthy. Sorry, I missed you, Angela. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I'm going to scroll down because I'm behind. Hello, Sweet and Sleuthy. I can't say those words. Ava, hey, how are you? And I think that's it. I think everybody else was already here. So Sweet and Sleuthy. Sweet and Sleuthy. Hi, Joe. Yeah, those black hearts are interesting. I like those. Taylor, hi, Jody. And Muffy, Sweet and Sleuthy. See, I'm getting better at saying it now. So, City Glam, Girls Glam. Welcome, Jody Reason, Brown Bear, Jamboree, Taylor Sangster, Muffy Dragon Slayer. Neil, glad you can join us this evening. Thanks for being here. Amen. Is that two? Might be two prayer things, but that's right. You don't have to explain them to me. Yeah, that was funny. Respectfully. I laughed, and I laughed a lot last night, but I was like, no, it's not nice. I don't want her to be blocked or, timed out. I mean, she was helping me. I was like, she was saying, hey, you really need to, disable those. And I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Can you come up here and explain? And she said, sure, give me a minute to get presentable and give me a minute to turn on my laptop. And she came right up and she helped me and she walked me through. I said, you got to tell me upper left-hand corner, click on the third thing, and then go to the upper right. It had to be one instruction at a time and very specific. And so she was on, what's it called? Nightbot. She was on Nightbot too. So we're on the same page and she's telling me exactly what to do. And it's so phenomenal. But she wanted to test it. So she sent, we probably should have, Sifa was there last night. And, she was like, hey, Sifa. Yeah, I mean, she didn't ask Sifa. She did it. And because she sent the emojis, she got timed out. Now, I think what she and I thought is we disabled a big chunk of Nightbot and tested it. And she was warned. And then I think she pre-wrote the emojis while they were not okay. And then I disabled the second grouping of Nightbot stuff. And then she would have been okay, but I think she pre-wrote the emojis and then she hit enter. So it was responding to the first, correction I did, not the second. And I think that's what we both decided. But anyway, okay. So Jody, hi, Sweet and Sleuthy, and Taylor, hi, City Girls, and Ava, hugs, kissing, but listening. Well, cool, Ava. I hope you enjoy your meal. I hope you enjoy cooking and all that stuff. Taylor, you're saying it correctly. No, I don't get on panels. I listen mostly and occasionally type in chat. Do whatever you want. Taylor Sangster. And don't divulge, sometimes I consider this the open internet. So I don't like people to divulge anything they don't want to divulge. And I tend to go overboard. I tend to divulge a lot of stuff. But then I ask questions. And so people are like, if you don't want people to divulge stuff, what do you? So anyway, I'm just wondering, don't divulge anything. No, never mind. I was just typing chat. Yeah, I can usually read typos, but that's fine. You can correct them or not. So Brown Bear, Taylor, I don't do panels either. I've never once been on panel. Well, Brown Bear, I would love to have you up, and no peer pressure, but I try to be fairly, I'm striving to be like lost souls. Scarlett, I'm striving to be as nice as her, but I try to make it safe. I don't like bullying. I don't like, this is not a bad place to be on a panel. Don't feel any pressure, but, and also I guess I have to mention all the other, I'll get to my introduction, once I get to an hour, maybe. Angela, Brown Bear, and City Girls, Sweet and Sleuthy, good to see you. Thanks for coming in tonight. So, Joe, I heard on another channel just a little bit ago that law enforcement is planning to release the 911 call soon. Reliable source that is currently in Idaho reporting this. I've seen the same thing. It does seem fairly reliable. The most reliable source that a streamer that I rank everything. I'm a numbers guy, and, I have 10 favorite streamers that I like to watch, but I rank them. I believe this one the most, believe this one the second most, believe this one the third most, and not believe them, but that they do more research. And anyway, from the most reliable streamer, the quote they said is that as soon as the prosecutors say it's okay to release it, it will be released, which of course begs the question. In my mind, that begs the question, will they ever say it's okay? And if they will, is that in 24 hours or 4 weeks or, so anyway, I heard that. Lasso, hey, how are you? Thank you for, Angela James. I don't do panels either. I can talk faster than I can. Wait a minute, then that's why you should get on it. I don't do panels either. I can talk faster than I can think. Oh, man, don't worry about that. So, okay, so here's Scarlett. Lasso's TC in chat. And if any of my mods can drop her link, she's a rock star. She's great. Half my room right now is from her chat room. So I really appreciate that. Lasso's Scarlett. Hey, Joe in chat. Can't stay long. Just wanted to stop in and show some love and support. And of course, as I always tell people, I'm not really good at names and I forget names. And if I'm, that's why I usually call people by their handle, because I can look at their handle and call them by their handle. And I know, Lassos, that you have said, well, I prefer to be called Scarlett. And I went, okay, I'll try to remember that, but I won't always remember it. But anyway, I did listen to most of my stream from last night, which I don't normally listen to my streams. There's only 24 hours in the day. And if I talk for 3 hours, and that's another 3 hours to listen. But anyway, I noticed that at least half the time I said Charlotte, and almost half the time I said Scarlett, and you never once corrected me. But anyway, that's a perfect example. I don't mean, I want to call people what they want to be called, but I have to be staring at anyway, you know what I'm saying. Sorry about that. So Muffy, thank you, Lassos. Yeah, she's a rock star. Brown Bear, hi, Lassos. And Lassos, Muffy, you're very welcome. And that's the color. Scarlett O'Hara. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn, which I think that's what everybody thinks the quote is, but I don't think that's the quote. It's 1 or 2 words less. I forget what the actual quote is. I'm sure you all know what the quote is. So Angela, hi, Lassos. And Lassos, hey, Brown Bear. And we were talking earlier, Lassos, about the Nightbot incident. Someone came in and said, hey, I heard about your funny story last night. And they said about Brown Bear Jamboree. And I said, well, it also happened to Scarlett too. And I'm like, I don't like laughing at those things. That's not very nice. I wish Nightbot didn't do that. But anyway, we did talk about it. And I don't usually like to talk. I don't like to talk about people when they're not here. So I usually like to do it when they're here. But anyway, we did talk about it. Hey, Brown Bear and Lassos. Hey, Angela and Muffy. Angela, welcome. And Jody, I really enjoy it here with you, Joe. I don't chat in other chats very often. Too many people here. It's more personal, and I'm not so insecure to speak up here. Thank you, Jody. Again, I feel humbled. I feel honored. that's very, and of course, I don't want to misrepresent myself. And of course, I do want to grow, and I do want to monetize and all that kind of stuff. But currently at this point in time, it is quite intimate for sure. So, which is fine. It's just, it's fine how intimate it is. But thank you. I feel, thank you, Jody. That makes me feel good. Angela, thank you, Muffy. And City, Muffy Dragon Slayer. That's great news. Hopefully they really will release it, and it helps tie everything together with a big bow, and we can get this solved. Amen. I'm sure you already heard what I said about the 911. We're waiting for the prosecutors, which again, I don't know. I would hope they wouldn't mention that until the prosecutors were really close to saying it's okay. But it could be not a red herring, but it could be just trying to, keep us at bay for a few more days when they know the prosecutor will never agree to that. So I don't know. I'm new to crime sleuthing. Angela, I don't think they'd release it. I hope they have an arrest soon. Oh man, I hope you're right. We'll never know. I mean, let's hope. Ava, during trial, if I was prosecuting, I've never been, I usually start off my stream by saying I wear many hats, and I'm actually transitioning on the hats I wear. But if I did one thing in life, which I do not, but if I did one thing in life, I would be an advocate. And I don't know if people know this about the word advocate, but Twitter is my biggest market, and 62% of my followers are from the United States. The other 38% is around the world. And I think I'm in 190 or 210 countries. I'm in a ton of countries because of motorsports, and I cover all the different series and stuff. So advocate or advocado and stuff, that means lawyer in most languages. So people are like, oh, you're a lawyer. Here, let me ask you this question. I'm like, I'm not a lawyer. I will advocate. I'm disabled, and I will advocate for people that are invisibly disabled. And I help with IEPs, and I help with, SSDI and, just all sorts of things. So anyway, most of my followers always keep saying, oh, you're a lawyer, because it says advocate. Anyway, that was my lawyer story. Jody, wow, that's interesting. Do you think that wow, that's interesting. Do you think that is what is coming out on the 5th of January, referring 911 call? I don't know anything about January 5th. There's a lot of stuff to stay up on. And then with my streaming and stuff, it's hard to stay up on everything. But with my streaming and stuff, I'm probably spending 3 to 5 to 7 hours every single day to improve my streaming, which is that doesn't reflect a particular topic. That's just how to stream and how to learn all the different things. And I need to urgently figure out if this is worth it. That's what I'm trying to do, is figure out. So anyway, I know nothing about January 5th. I'm hoping, like most people, that, Sunday is January 1st, New Year's Day, and Monday is January 2nd. So I'm kind of hoping we'll get back into the swing of normal business weeks. And so things could come out. And the 5th, I guess, would be Thursday. So yeah, who knows? I hope. I feel free to let me know what the January 5th thing is. And, I know anyway, I can do, I always get stuck. I don't get stuck. I love comments, but I get behind on comments. And so when you don't put context in your comments, I forget what you're referring to. And when you're leaving, I miss. Anyway, I do focus on them too much. And that's what I'm going to just do from now until the day I die. But people can always prompt me. They can always have a question, like the 911 call, but you can always prompt me to modify the conversation. And panels. I'm always open for panels, especially someone like, Scarlett is always invited on my screen. Muffy, I kind of forget what you say. You probably are one of those ones that never get up on panel, but you're always invited. City Glam, I'm pretty open to most people. I mean, I've only gotten one peen picture. It wasn't a peen picture, but something really close to a peen picture backstage with me. So I don't, I don't mind too much about that kind of stuff. I didn't show the peen picture. They were not invited into my screen, but So anyway, Jody, I'd love to hear about that. I agree, Ava. Is Ava here? Oh, that's Ava. Okay. Who is that person? Oh, Ara. Okay, sorry, I got confused. I agree, Ava. I thought they might do release if goes to trial. During trial, if I was prosecuting. Ava, are you a lawyer? I mean, that's a pretty cool statement. I like that statement. I agree, Ava. I thought they might do release if goes to, they might not. Yeah, anyway, Jody, sorry, I'm not sure if I can get what you're exactly saying, but I appreciate it, and I probably agree. Jody Reason, glad you find it welcoming here. Yes, isn't that nice? And Losso's channel, please sub and like our friend Losso's. That's Scarlett. See, I never know if it's Charlotte or Scarlett, but it's the red, and it's frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. So hopefully if I say that enough, Squid, welcome. Let me scroll down in case I'm missing anyone. Hello, Squid. It's good to see you. OTC, what's up? Santa. I know that's from T-Rev's screen. You need a wall to pull up when people come on panel that you don't know. Yeah. Walls are. Anyway, I know I know I've done phenomenally well so far with StreamYard. And a lot of times I do say my eyes glaze over and then I walk through it successfully. Like Nightbot. I cannot believe I figured out Nightbot. If anybody can keep testing Nightbot, that would be great. Scarlett, I don't know if you saw it, but I now have 6 Nightbot comments or whatever they're called. And so I typed them and anyway, I think I have a couple of, so anyway, let me go back up. Okay. Jody, I really do, City Girls Glam. Well, thanks, Jody. I appreciate that. And then Squid, if you have nothing nice to say about something, make sure they are out of the room. Yeah, Squid, I'm sure you're trying to be funny. I don't recognize you, Squid. Welcome. This is my first time I've seen your name, or I might have seen you around. Let me know if you've seen me in the other 2 streams that there was a stream I used to be in like 4 weeks ago, and there's a stream I've been in the last couple of days. So let me know if you know me from either one of those. But yeah, that's not what I mean. I don't have filters. I will gladly talk. I wouldn't say negatively, but I will gladly talk, realistically, directly with a person. I don't like to talk about people behind their back. I talk directly to them. I have no filters. That's what I do. But, and I don't mean it as a macho thing, like I'm a man and but I also try to praise people. Anyway, I'm new to YouTube Live, so I've been having to ask these streamers, like, is it okay if I promote, if that's the right word, for me to mention your channel and say, please follow this person. They're great. I love them. And they're like, yeah, sure. Of course you can. But I need their permission. I don't like that, But anyway, Lost City Girls Glam, thank you. And Jody, hi, Squid. And Jody, hi, Lost Souls in chat. Scarlett, hey, Jody. So Scarlett says, hey, Jody, how are you? How are you, Jody? I hope everything's. So Angela, that's awesome. I'm disabled with CPTSD. Off the top of my head, I am not really sure what that is. I'm aware of quite a few things, but it's probably just the static in my head. But I appreciate you being here. I feel honored that you shared that with me. I am a person with disabilities, primarily invisible disabilities. I usually don't talk about my specific diagnoses or disabilities. I call them quirks and idiosyncrasies. And I was officially diagnosed in 2011 when I was 50 or something like that. But what I qualified with in 2011, I had when I was 5 years old. I had all those characteristics when I was 5. So anyway, that's what thank you, Angela. I appreciate you sharing that. That I feel, humbled. Jody, I am well. Thank you, Lossos. And OTC Santa. So how's T-Rev doing, OTC? It's good to see you. Thanks for being over here. Lossos, hey, OTC. And OTC, hi, everybody. And OTC, hi, Scarlett. That is, and then Angela, no peens here. But yeah, I'll try to figure out that wall. And, I don't want to, I don't want to always keep going to the same person, such as Scarlett, to get help. So, don't feel obligated. My eyes are currently glazed over, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to do a wall. And I'm not, I don't usually invite people in, and usually I talk to them. And I was talking to this person with a strange picture. I'm not really sure what it was. It was not a peen. I think it was a rump, but I'm not sure. But I was just talking to them, and I said, hey, by the way, I don't usually invite people that I don't know. And I'm like, this is online. We don't really know, many people or anybody. But anyway, I generally try to let the people, I don't normally let people in. I like to be supportive, especially, for a couple of people in the room, like right now, they're like, I don't normally get up on panels, but I feel pretty safe. And, those kind of people, I'm like, come on, you can do it. And then I always have to mention about Twitter. I guess it's over there. I guess my screen, I'm not pointing at the number, but I think on my recorded video, I'm pointing at the number. But, that says 15, which is huge for me. That says 16, which is huge for me. But I stream the 6 streams, and one of them is Twitter. And Twitter generally has about 200 viewers at one time. So that's 16 plus 200. Just full disclosure, in case someone wants to be intimate and stuff, which I think it would be great if you did. But okay, Jody, I only heard it on a chat. Can't remember whose. There is a channel called Chronicles of Olivia. She has spoken with family and say they will let her release something on the 5th, allegedly, I should say. I know of Chronicles of Olivia indirectly. The person she's associated with, I don't care for at all. And I think Olivia, I hear different opinions about Olivia, and I think for her to survive, she might want to sever that relationship with the other person. But and please don't mention that other person. I don't want to bash people. I know I just did. But anyway, I try to be vague. But I don't usually plead the 5th. I don't usually say, oh, I'm going to ignore that comment because I'm not going to. I usually address everything, which I might have to get out of the habit of doing that. But yeah, I mean, I've heard of that. I haven't seen it. I believe it happened. Anyway, so Lasso's Scarlett, Joe, you need a wall to pull up when people come on panel that you don't know. Amen. And I'm not really opposed to those kind of people, but anyway. So Angela, thank you for the info, Jody. I haven't heard that yet. Yeah, that will be kind of cool. Brown Bear, Scarlett, are you going live tonight? I hope so. Everybody subscribe to Scarlett, which is Lost Souls. Jody Reason subbed. I hope you're talking about Lost Souls. She's great. She's super cool. You're probably talking about someone else, but so this is Scarlett. Jody Reason. Yeah, Olivia got to interview the family, and they're going to release it on January 5th. Is that the 911 call, or is that some other vague thing that the family is going to release? So that's interesting. Brown Bear, yeah, probably. I'm just watching these storms right now. Storms? Like physical storms? I hope you're doing all right. Hey, Judy. There's Judy VT. Hi, my fellow Vermonter. I'm going to scroll down in case I'm missing anybody. Easy Thoo. Hey, Easy Thoo. I missed you when you came in. Sorry. Elizabeth Ross. Hey. Big Mess. And I only made BLTs. Yummy. Boy, that sounds good. I'm hungry. Thank you. So, Jody, thank you, Lassos. Scarlett. Sometimes I think I get all the cases mixed up. Glad I got the right case. Because my synapses don't work and I get overwhelmed really easily. And this is an extended case. We are on day number 46. So I am now forgetting a lot of things because I'm replacing it with other things. So yeah, I'm forgetting a lot, and that's why I print things up. I don't remember. Jody, hi Judy, and Lost Souls Scarlett. Jody, you're very welcome. And Lost Souls, hey Judy, and Judy, hi Scarlett, and Angela, complex PTSD. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate you. Sharing that with me. My quirks and idiosyncrasies and you didn't ask, but just to relate and connect, just between you and me, not the 200 people on Twitter, but my quirks and idiosyncrasies in no particular order is OCD, ADD, not H. I'm not type A, I am type B, so ADD, and then generalized anxiety disorder. So 2 of the 3 are based on anxiety. I have been tested for PTSD, and it was non-conclusionable. They told me that the jury was still out. They asked me, when they first started testing me, they said, well, what's your goal? What do you want to get? And I told them my goal, and they said, okay, we know how to get there the quickest possible. And they did. It was extremely quick. And they said, but I want to make sure you understand, Joe, the testing is not exhaustible. We are not comprehensive. And I said, that's fine with me. So it wasn't concludable, whatever the word is. Ezzy Thu. Can you easy Ezzy, can you teach me how to pronounce your second word there? Is that thu or tu or toe? I think of Thursday. When I see THU, I think of Thursday, but I don't think that's what it's. So Ezzy Thu. I'll say that until you correct me. I would like to know how to say it correctly. I may forget. But Jody, I will have a look, Joe. Thank you. Twitter. Okay. I don't know what I told you to look for, but okay, cool. Muffy, City Girls, in my opinion, cold case. Muffy, I hope you're not right. I'm probably leaning more toward your opinion, but yeah, Muffy, I hope you and me, I hope we're wrong, but I understand what you're talking about. So Losso's Scarlett says, hi, Ezzy. And Angela, I think Olivia would go further on her own. She's talented. Yeah, it seems, and I will, full disclosure, full disclosure, I haven't, for her individual stuff, I haven't watched more than 10 or 15 minutes. So I definitely need to give her an opinion. I need to give her a chance. And there is a bucket load of people that I have a lot of respect for. It's online. We don't really know each other, but I have a lot of respect for that treats her differently than the primary, the other person. So I do need to give her, I will give her time. Thank you, Angela. I think Olivia would go further on her own. She's talented. Yes. Yes, Joe, sub to Lost Souls. Thank you, Jody. Elizabeth Ross, hi, everyone. Cleaning and listening. Big mess. And I only made BLTs. Man, that sounds so good, Elizabeth. I love BLTs. Reminds me of my childhood. I don't eat them anymore, but I loved them. Angela, I hope you stay safe during storm, Scarlett. I bet. I was talking to Scarlett, or I was in. Anyway, she was in my stream, and she was going to the store, and I said, "Hey, don't do anything you don't normally do, but if you can get, can you touch those alligators?" I'm just amazed that alligators are so close to humans. And she said, "I'll try to get a pic if I can." I'm like, "Don't do anything that you wouldn't do without me asking you that." But anyway. I guess Scarlett might try to get me a picture. I'm squeamish. I don't like any of that stuff. So Scarlett Lost Souls, thank you, Jody Reason. Yes, everybody follow Scarlett Lost Souls. She's a gentle soul. She is real. She does her research. She's gentle. She's kind. That's the big words that come to me. But I could come up with 25 adjectives about her. But she's really great. Angela, I have trouble remembering details too, retaining information, etc. Yeah, me too. Sorry, Tony, I missed you. Let's see here. Does anyone know if there will be an arrest in Idaho in the month of January? I don't know if anybody knows that. I certainly don't know that. I think people are speculating. They're like, some people think it's a code case, and some people are thinking they have someone in mind, but they're building the case so it's airtight. And I think there's also just wishful thinking. Christmas, Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's is happening, and they're like, January 2nd is a Monday, and now we're back to full business weeks. And I think there might be some wishful thinking, but I don't think anybody knows if there will be an arrest. But there is something about Olivia, Chronicles of Olivia went and visited with Kaylee's family and discussed stuff. And I guess they said something about something would be released January 5th. And Scarlett confirmed that. And I'm not sure if that was the 911 call or if it's other unknown vague information that will be released January 5th. So yeah, let's all hope, Tony. I hope so. So same, Angela, at 60, I think I'm losing it. Well, good. I hope y'all don't mind that let me go down. Easy Thu. Yes, Thu. Oh, thank you, Easy. Nadine, how are you, Nadine? It's good to see you. I'm way off on comments, so I'm just trying to scroll down to just see if I've missed people coming in. Pickle Me Elmo. Hey, what's up, Pickle? And it says Pickle, so I'm guessing you might be from Lost Souls Room. I'm just guessing. So Angela, 200% plus 16. Full disclosure, Angela, come on up and be on the panel for this very intimate panel. Hi, Twitter. I know you can't comment. I wish you could comment. I talked to StreamYard. I was really upset with them. I said, when can Twitter make comments? And they said, that's all's on Twitter's shoulder. And they said, it hasn't been discussed at all. And I said, if I don't continue if I don't continue paying for StreamYard, that will be the one reason why that Twitter cannot comment. That will be the one reason that I won't continue StreamYard. So Twitter, as I said, please, I thank you for watching. Please send me DMs. It doesn't have to be private in my book. So you can just send me a regular tweet, or if you want it private, you can do a DM. My DMs are open. And currently, I would answer your question in the next stream. I know that's unfathomable. Someday I'm going to try to figure out how to watch my stream on Twitter so that when there's a comment, I could answer it live. I'll try to figure that out. My devices are deteriorating. And anyway, I'll try to figure out how to do that. I still haven't done my introduction. I said I would do it at an hour. I'll try to get there. But yeah, Angela, 200 plus 16, really intimate, very intimate. Angela, same, Jody. I'm only 48 and I'm like that. Well, good. Everybody thinks that. Ezzy Thu. Yes, Thu. Thank you, Ezzy. I'm intrigued by people's names. I like your name. I like your icon there. Jody Reason laughing. And then Nadine. Hey, Nadine. And I always like to say people's names right. I think I've heard people call you Nadine. So I think that's right. But it might be a long I. It might be Nadine. But I think it's Nadine. So anyway, hey, Joe, good to see you. Lossos, Scarlett, how are you? And then Angela, I got diagnosed anxiety too. Some days are better than others. LOL. Amen. I can definitely understand that. Jody Muffy, yes, I feel the same. Amen. Oh, about being a code case? Let me see what the last thing Muffy said. I think it was about the code case. City Girls, in my opinion, code case. Yeah, I think she's referring to the code case. Well, Jody and Muffy and me, I hope we're wrong. I hope we are wrong. I do think for whatever ridiculous reason, I think Christmas Eve and Christmas Day and New Year's Eve and New Year's Day gets in the way of their plans. I think that it did. And DNA may take some extra time to get back. Now, I think it's now. I mean, I don't think we need to give DNA much more time. You know, Nancy Grace, who, you know, I've told the story about Nancy Grace, and I don't have an opinion about her yet, but I'm borrowing other people's opinion about her until I figure out my own opinion. But most people says they believe her, even if they don't like her, and she does have connections. But I wish I wrote down the date. I thought it was going to happen days later, so I didn't write down the date. But Nancy Grace definitively, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, definitively said the DNA is back. There is no match. And then they have to do the 23andMe, some version of that, doing the ancestral thing. And then she didn't give a time. I think she said a few weeks. And then later, other people said 3 to 8 weeks. Well, we're there. We're into the 3 to 8 weeks. We're not in 8 weeks. You know, that could still be 3 or 4 more weeks. But it's pretty close that the DNA should be back. Again, I don't know what y'all think about Nancy Grace. I am borrowing other people's opinion. But like I said, there's generally two schools of thought. She's the bomb and I love everything she says and I believe her and she has connections. Or, boy, I don't like her. She's aggressive and abrasive and all that stuff. And I believe everything she says. And I think she's and she has connections. So it's all usually the same bottom line for her. So Pickle Me Elmo. And again, Pickle Me, I guess you're from, I hope I'm not missing anybody leaving. Scarlett, I hope I don't miss you. But Pete, please. I don't see any comments from Scarlett. Maybe she left. Thank you, Jody Reason. 11 minutes ago. Anyway, I get behind on comments, so I always like to say goodbye before people leave. So if y'all have to leave, feel free to come and go as you see fit. As always, of course, come and go as you. But I hate missing people. I'm OCD. I have to highlight every comment, have to read it, and I usually address it, whether it's a question or not. So I apologize that I get behind. Brown Bear, Angela, I also have anxiety. I take a med for it. Well, I'm glad to hear, Brown Bear. Thank you. Again, I feel honored and humbled that people are sharing this stuff. It is the open internet. So, just only share what you want to share. And I like that you are taking care of it and it's successful. Jody, hi, Pickle Me Elmo. And Pickle Me Elmo. Hello, Jody Reason. And Ezzy Thu. Los Souls, a bunch of emojis. I don't know if you were here last night, but Brown Bear was one of the first people. Brown Bear Jamboree came in and she wrote me something either with one emoji or no emojis, and she was warned. And then she is warned again. And then Scarlett Los Souls came in and wrote something with one emoji and she is warned. And I was like, she's like, oh, you got to disable those things. And I'm like, Scarlett, I have no idea what you're talking about. Can you come up here on my panel and talk me through it when I get off? I'll go to nightbot.tv and you walk me through it when I'm not staring at the screen. And she said, sure. She came up. Anyway, while she was doing that, she was testing it. We would disable a bunch and then she'd send emojis. But, one time she was timed out for 5 minutes, which was, a lot of people thought it was funny. I can see why people would think it's funny. I don't think it's funny. It's my stream. But anyway, what blew me away is she was on my panel. So she could have said, she went on my panel to be there for 2 hours, but she could have talked for as long as she wanted. She could have said anything she wanted. But they won't let her type. Isn't that bizarre? I don't get it. And we corrected that. So anyway, that's the reason I'm telling you the story, Ezzy, is that now, because of our testing last night, you can type more than one emoji. You can type 5. And when Brown Bear got here tonight, I was like, send me 200 emojis. And she sent me about 20 of them. And she was not timed out. So I think we fixed it. All thanks to Scarlett. So thank you, Scarlett. Jody, Angela, I barely leave the house due to PTSD and anxiety. I understand, Jody, for sure. For sure. I go through extremes. I sporadically travel a lot. And once I leave my house, I don't like to come back to my house. And once I get back to my house, I don't like to leave my house. But anyway, over the past couple of years, I would leave my house and travel for like 2.5 months. So it's strange. Again, when I get back to my house, I barely leave. So yes, I understand. Angela, me too, Brown Bear. Me too. Let's see here. Okay, cool. I see what Brown Bear says. Thank you. And hi, Jody. I'm right there with you. I'm doing better than I was, but it depends on the day. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, everybody, for sharing this stuff, for sure. Again, like I said, if I was one thing, which I'm not, but if I was one thing, I'd be an advocate. I'm selfish for various reasons, and I use that in a positive word. I am proud to call myself selfish, and I think it's a very positive word for me. But anyway, I'm a self-advocate, but I can advocate for other people, especially invisible disabilities, especially SSDI, especially IEPs for children in school. I do a lot of those things. So good guess, Joe. Well, you're new here, Pickle at me, Elmo. And if I ever ask a question, I'll forget what I asked like 10 seconds later. But I think I remember I asked if you were associated with lost souls. And so she says, good guess, or I don't know your gender. So Pickle Me Elmo says, good guess, Joe. So anyway, just context always helps, especially when I get way behind in comments. So Angela James, Pickle Me Elmo, that's hilarious. What did you say? So funny. Hello, Jody Reason. Hello, Soz and Joe. Good guess, Joe. I don't know what you're saying is so hilarious, but I believe you that you think it's funny. I would too if I could figure it out. Jody, prayers, Angela. It does depend on the day, for sure, Jody. Pickle me, Emma. Hello, Angela James. Hello, Angela. And like I said, divulge what y'all want to divulge, and I appreciate. I feel humbled. I feel honored. But I do put every comment up on the screen, and I do read it, and then I address it. But anyway, I do hesitate. But you typed it, and so I'll just show it real quick. But anyway, Angela, I have lots of dance parties for one, helps with housework, etc. But yeah, having the depression too. I understand that. I definitely do. So, Angela, thank you for sharing that. Angela, hi, Pickle Me, Elmo. And Ezzy Thu, half of my last name at Joe is the Thu. I like it. Thu. Jody, yes, Joe, code case. No, I'm going to cry. And Pickle Me. By the way, Pickle Me, I hate to comment every time you make a comment. But I don't understand emojis, and I don't use them, and I try to read them if I can see them. But just to let you know, I don't know if it's my operating system or whatever, but I just see 4 empty boxes with a white outline. So I don't know what you're trying. I think they're all 4 the same thing, but I don't know what you're trying to say. So if you could put it into words, that would be great. Because anyway, just FYI, you don't have to do anything. So thank you for the 4 emojis. Jody, I hope we are all wrong. I hope we are wrong also. I want to be wrong about code case. Absolutely. Please, God. Ezzy Thu, Pickle Me Elmo, good to see you. Pickle Me Elmo, Easy Thu, good to see you. Jody, love that, Angela. Party for one. I like that. That is a good idea, Angela. Music is really important to me. And I think music has done many things for me, amongst many things, helped me process some anger or frustration or really negative feelings so that I did not act out on someone there were people that I was very angry at and hurt at, and I didn't harm them because of music. Music helped to re-channel my feelings in a very positive way. So Angela James, Nancy Grace is pretty knowledgeable in my opinion. So, and then I'll try to read all the Nancy Graces and then talk about it. Jody, I don't mind Nancy Grace. Love it when she has attitude. Boy, that's a good word for it. But so my question, I don't think I'm big enough yet to say everybody put in 1s or everybody put in 2s. Maybe, but I don't think I'm there yet. But I would love to find out who saw that interview. I don't think Nancy Grace has a show on TV. I think I don't know, but I've heard that Banfield replaced her when she left the TV. So I think she has podcasts and stuff online, but I don't think she has a TV show on a TV channel. So how many of y'all have seen that interview where Nancy Grace, extremely with attitude, said definitively, the DNA is back and it does not match. It's not in the database. So how many people have seen that? And then, therefore, part 2 is, do you believe her? Do we really think that 23andMe will be the key DNA 3 to 8 weeks after she said that? So that's the 2 questions. So Angela James, me too, Jody. What about Nancy Grace? Yeah, I'd love to hear what people say about that. As he threw, Joe, when you go to T-Rev, you should put your sub channel. Many people are asking for you and loved you on his panel. Well, thank you very much, Ezzy. We you know, I think we had a great honeymoon stage, and you know, I just you know, the moment that he asked me to come up on panel, I said, you know, I'm trying to do my own streaming, but I'd love to come up. And then I came up for like 6 days out of 8 days, and I kept saying, you know, I'm gonna stream, and if I'm streaming, you know, I try to stream 3 times a day, 2 Twitters, 1 StreamYard, and they're always more than an hour. So anyway, I would be streaming 5 hours a day or something, but I'm prepping 5 or 6 or 7 hours a day, and then, you know, I sleep whenever and I eat whenever. So anyway, I think our time has you know, played out. You know, he and I have sent each other DMs and stuff, but you know, things can change for sure. So I could certainly get a response from those DMs. But anyway, I don't that's it. That's all I'm going to say. So, Angela, I thought the name was funny. Pickle me Elmo. See, context. Thank you for giving me context. I really appreciate it. No, Angela, I did not mean, sorry, I don't mean to overshare. You can share whatever you want. Ever. You can always share whatever you want. I'm just talking about me. I'm like, oh, did they, like, there are times when I'm typing a comment, like usually I'm, you know, someone makes a statement as if they know it's fact that, you know, JD is guilty and I know he killed his ex-girlfriend, you know. I usually confront those things, but when I hit enter, I go, boy, maybe I wasn't supposed to send that comment. So you can say whatever you want. Absolutely. And I sometimes I feel bad about prefacing comments, because then when I put the comments on, everybody's like what was said and stuff. So don't worry. You can say whatever you want, and I'll try not to do that next time. I mean, you know, I'm hypersensitive. I'm ultra sensitive. And, you know, I don't like bullying, and I don't like people, you know, I think most humor is bullying, you know, like, God, can't you take a joke? I was just joking, you know, and sarcasm, as we all know, my daily education for the day. Sarcasm is a Greek word. It comes from the word, I think you pronounce it, sarcrisma, and that means tearing of the flesh. Tearing of the flesh. I don't see anything humorous about tearing of the flesh. Sarcasm is not humorous. Irony is pretty close to that. So anyway, so I get really hypersensitive, and I was like, oh, I hope people don't make fun of people and, you know, make comments toward people, which I wouldn't tolerate any comment toward any of those kind of comments at all. Anyway, see, now I'm over talking it. Angela, do not feel, you don't need to apologize, and you can share as much as you want. Jody, Angela, I just showered after 8 weeks because of depression. I can definitely understand that for sure. Angela, I think StreamYard doesn't show icons sometimes. Really? What was I talking about? Yeah, I'm always trying to figure out. Brown Bear, Angela, I'm glad that you shared. It shows that we can understand each other for sure. And thank you everybody for being so supportive, for people sharing that stuff. I mean, that can be intimate. It can be hard to share. It can be, it's, you know, so yeah, thank you for being supportive and stuff. And sorry, I probably overshare. Also, no, that's all right, Jody. You do whatever you want. I did not mean to. Yeah, Angela. Yes, Jody. Yes. See, there's people say yeah. Okay, so that's 2 people that think they probably overshare. Please do it. Please, whatever you want. And I'll read it. I will highlight it. I will read it, and I might address it, but I'll try not to put so much energy onto it next time. I apologize for that. Not that you shared too much. I thought it was, I keep repeating myself. I am humbled. I am honored that people share that with me. I can't, I don't share that stuff about me with everybody, just 15 people. And then, as y'all know, 200 people on Twitter. That's all. And throughout the night, let's just say I talk for 2 hours. Oh, it's after an hour and I haven't done my introduction. Oh, I haven't gotten to my introduction. But let's just say I talk for 2 hours. Twitter will probably get up to about 1,800, 1,900 people. So over the 2 hours, I'll have 1,900 people, but probably 200 at a time. Again, it's intimate. If someone wants to be on panel, don't be worried about the intimacy. It is intimate. This is an intimate room. Hey, Christy Blue, welcome. Christy Blue, I recognize your font. I don't really recognize your name, but welcome. I don't know if you know me from 2 other streams. I used to be in a lot of 2 other streams. I'm trying to do my own stuff. Thank you for being here. Pickle Me Elmo. Music heals the soul, don't they? Anyway, I there's some things I share that I probably ought not share, but I'll go ahead. For 1122 King Street or King Road or whatever it is, the house where the crime was committed. Within a week or within 4 days, I was like, they're going to tear down that house. And so many other people are like, they're going to tear down that house. They're going to just get rid of that house. They're going to just tear it down. And then, then after a couple more days, other people are like, if you own the house, you're not just going to get rid of a $400,000 house. And people probably don't have that insurance, insurance if there's an accident or, whatever. People probably don't have the insurance to pay for a house to be torn down. And others like, well, no, there are famous crime houses that are at a premium. And one, I only know my one case and, the Boston Marathon bomber. That's the only 2 cases I know. But there's a famous one. It's not the Watts, but there's a famous case, which I don't usually talk about other cases, but there's a famous case that the house, you can rent it for $450 a day. Anyway, my only point is, this is long and it's about music. Pickle me. Anyway, I'm not young. I'm older. I kind of remember the Charles Manson murders and attacks, and it was on Sharon Tate. I loved Sharon Tate. She was beautiful. I loved her movies. Roman Polanski, I didn't really care for him even before he started, sleeping with 13-year-old cousins and stuff like that. But I really liked Shannon. That was a pretty special event in my life. But as probably most of y'all know, people bought that house. And why I'm mentioning it with music, one of the bands I like, and I like all sorts of bands, but one of the bands I like is 9 Inch Nails, which 9 Inch Nails is really just one person. Basically, it's one person, Trent Reznor. And I think he's from Ohio, and then he's also from Pittsburgh or something like that, but mostly from Ohio. Anyway, industrial, it's a really angry, loud. Anyway, he bought the Sharon Tate house, and he recorded, I think, 2 of his albums in that house. And he was like, I didn't do it for the gore. It had good acoustics, and he thought some of it was cool. But anyway, I mean, he has money and he had money and he bought that house. So anyway, that's my long story about music, but I'm sure that opens it up to who thinks they're going to tear down the house and who thinks they're going to sell it, rent it to students. Or probably a third thing is who thinks they're going to rent it at a premium to people that like those kind of gory houses. That's sad, but it might be. I'm new. I don't know if that's true. So that's my music thing. A Brown Bear Jamboree. Jody, I'm glad that you shared, hon. It's helpful to others that suffering from the same things. Yeah, I mean, one of my quotes I like is shared. And I'm going to butcher it. Usually I have to say something a couple of times before I get it right, but something along the lines of shared joy is doubled and shared sorrow is halved. It's cut in half. So when we do share, it really does help. I was in a stream last night and there's a person that was not doing exceptionally well. And we only see words, but you could really tell that it made a positive effect on that person. And we don't have to mention who that person is if y'all were there last night. But anyway, I think it is sharing, again, shared joy is doubled and shared sorrow is halved. It's cut in half. So I agree, Jamboree. Angela, it's nice having others to relate to. I isolate a lot. Amen. Me and my cat. I got me and my cat. I have, I have an adult daughter, and my ex-wife occasionally, I see, and not very often. She remarried, so that, but anyway, yeah, I don't want to say I'm completely isolated, but yeah, I don't, I only go to the grocery store is really all I do. So, Angela, thank you, Brown Bear. Amen. Jody, it is nice. Thank you all for your acceptance. Jody, amen. I like the warmness. Thank you so much for supporting everybody. Angela, I listen to music, all kinds, depending on my mode. So it's pretty much all over the place. I am too. I think I stay in the genre of rock and roll. And again, I just talked about Nine Inch Nails. So I group a lot of things into rock and roll, alternative rock, industrial rock. And there's a third one that is that kind of Nirvana kind of stuff. But I the Beatles, and I'm all over the place, but it's usually just rock and roll. And I don't mean to criticize anybody's music, but I just haven't gotten a trained ear yet. So I'm not into jazz. I'm not into classical. I'm not into blues. I can possibly do rhythm and blues like the Rolling Stones, but I don't care for blues. And I know that's the original of everything, and they have real, emotions. And I know that I just don't have a trained ear. So anyway, I'm just rock and roll. Jody, thank you so much, Brown Bear. And Angela, I hate knowing others suffers too, but I'm glad I'm not alone. That's a good way to put it, Angela. Yeah, I mean, I would never want to, say, oh, thank you that you suffer too. Yes, you're right. I would never want to say that. But anyway, I'm probably behind. I see Chris the Blue. Did I miss other people? I don't think anybody's new. So Chris the Blue, hi, welcome. Hi, Joe Hart, PwD's, Idaho 4, rest in peace. Thank you, Christy. Like I said earlier, I only recognize your font, if that's I think it's a font. So I only recognize your font. I don't recognize your name necessarily, or kind of. So feel free to let me know if you've been in other streams with me. You can be from anywhere. You can be just from here. But most of my subs and viewers are from 2 other streams. So if you did see me over there, just if you can let me know, that'd be Jody. I agree, Angela. And Angela, oh, I didn't know that about sarcasm. That is really interesting. Yeah, I'm and I think I'm getting better at mentioning this stuff. I'm not really hooked on it, and I don't keep perseverating on it every night. And I think I'm getting better. But about 8 or 9 or 10 days ago, I had a stream that was not very good. And it was pretty sizable, the room, plus Twitter. But it was pretty sizable. And I got really upset. And I was arguing with 2 people, and they were arguing back with me. And basically, they were saying that they were unwilling to change. If I had rules or suggestions or guidelines for the room, they were unwilling to change at all. And I was like, oh, okay. But anyway, one of them was like, I'm just sarcastic. That's what we do. So I told them what sarcasm means, which, if you go onto Twitter, mostly if you go on Twitter, probably 10% of the profile says, and I've got a black belt in sarcasm. People just think sarcasm is so fucking funny. And they're the only ones that can cut someone to shreds. And they're the only ones, they just think they're brilliant just because they're mean to people. So anyway, there's a lot of people that think they're the best sarcastic person in the world, but it is kind of strange. Okay, I'll try to get off that topic. Thank you. Angela, I really appreciate the support. It's hard online because of bullying, but sometimes the trauma just comes out. Amen. I am so anti-bullying, and I'm way behind on comments, so I might miss a bullying comment. And I think I have a couple of, I should probably open my, I'm going to open it now. So I'm going to open my, that's not live. Let's see. Let's go to live. Wow, it says I have no results for live. That's not true. We're live, right? That's live. Yes, I'm live. Why is that not working? Anyway, I'm trying to and as you can tell, I'm now perseverating, so I'm not going to stop until I find this. But there I am. So I'm dropping in until I find this. And there'll be an echo. So I'm just trying to look for my so when I do a quick scroll, it looks like Muffy is only Muffy mentioned something a while ago, and she has a blue wrench. So I guess I may not have a blue wrench, which I'm not really concerned. But again, if someone comes in with bullying, I like to remove them immediately, and I apologize if I miss it for a minute or two, and I apologize if it offends you and stuff like that. So Jody Reason, thank you, Joe, for allowing us to share. I am very isolated and don't allow many people close. I can completely understand, Jody, for sure. I've been hurt a lot, and I come from a huge Irish Catholic family. I'm the youngest of 9. My father died when I was 18, and after that, like every other year, we had a funeral, and just tons of funerals, and then I was 18 when my dad died. I was 36 when my uncle died, who was kind of a father substitute, and then his son died when I was 54 in 9/11. And when 9/11 happened, I said, I am done. I am done reaching out. I'm not going to get to know one more person because they just die, which we all die. But yeah, so I understand. I need to improve upon that for sure. Jody, bless you, Angela. And Brown Bear, the Chris Watts house sold recently. I knew I heard some about Chris Watts, but does anybody know that the one house that when we talked about tearing down the house, I've seen in multiple streams, people were immediately, well, people pay $450 a night for blah, blah, blah house. But does anybody know what house that is? One of the more famous houses, they pay $450 a night to stay in the house. Jody, I have extra big dogs. I don't go to supermarket, Joe. You are brave. Someone brings mine and leaves at door. I then reach a hand out and grab that. Whew. I love doggies, and probably if I could, I get Meals on Wheels, and I get a couple things, so I could probably get groceries delivered, but I do pretty well. But I can really relate, and I feel for you, and and Jody, Brown Bear, I couldn't live in a house I knew such horrors had taken place. Yeah, me neither. So Christy says, I hang out in T-Raz. Well, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. And I'm caught up on comments here. I think I'm caught up. Jody Reason, sarcasm is not funny. Personal attacks are not funny. My thoughts exactly. And I think I'm pretty intense. And I say most humor is mean, and most humor is bullying, and I don't like humor. And then I go over to Lost Souls, and people are making me laugh, and I'm laughing, and people are like, oh wow, you have a sense of humor. And I'm like, well, not really. But anyway, like Saturday Night Live, I was senior in high school when Saturday Night Live came out, and I was like, this isn't funny. And I don't, whatever, everything's on cutting edge, and I just, I think there are a ton of people bully, and they say, hey, I was just joking. Can't you take a joke? And I'm like, ooh, that stuff, that just burns the hell out of me. Brown Bear Jamboree. Jody, I agree about the Watts house. I couldn't live there. Yeah, isn't that weird? And Brown Bear says the Dahmer house. No, not his. I would recognize the name if you said it. my mind works differently. I would say about 6 or 7 or 8 letters in the last name. I think it's a female that was murdered. I don't know the year. I think it's fairly recent, but they're already charging $450 a night for it. But Michigan, maybe. Yeah, I don't know where it is, but it might be Michigan. I'm just guessing. Y'all don't have to correctly guess the house, but I'm sure within 48 hours I'll see someone else talking about tearing down the house, and they're like, someone can rent this thing for $450. I'm sure I'll hear about it. Jody Reason, I don't know what they will do. There are people who do like murder houses. Yeah, and I think that third option, do they tear down? Probably only if they have insurance. Do they rent it to students? There's probably some students that are, gruesome like that and would be okay with that. But I think they would keep it up and rent it. It would be non-students. It would be a spectacle, which is horrendous. But it would be a spectacle that people would pay by the night, by the week. I guess you could stay there for a month and stuff. So anyway, that kind of stuff. So Joe, I have a very dark sense of humor and can't spell. That's all right. I can read typos. So I think I'm caught up in comments. Please write as many comments as you would like. I think I will do my introduction. It is only 1 hour, 21 minutes, 22 seconds into it. But I used to do this quite well at the beginning of my streams. And then I'm learning other things, Nightbot and StreamYard and send it. So anyway, this is my introduction, as most of y'all probably have already heard. But hi, I'm Joe Hart. I'm a person with disabilities, primarily invisible disabilities. I don't usually talk about my disabilities or diagnoses, or what I call them is quirks and idiosyncrasies. It's not because I want to hide them. They don't usually apply and stuff. But throughout the time on here, you'll hear about them, of course. But for crime sleuthing in particular, which I'm relatively new to, I think my OCD is a very positive characteristic to have, so that I'm very effective and efficient and comprehensive for crime sleuthing. I can drill down with the best of them. I can go down rabbit holes, but I'm just saying to comprehensively, comprehensively to drill down, to learn about something effectively and efficiently. So anyway, that's that. If I was one thing in life, I guess I'm going to have to write this down because I always add this, but advocate one thing. So yeah, if I was one thing in life, which I am not, but if I was one thing in life, I'd be an advocate. I'm pretty selfish in a healthy way. I like that word. I'm selfish in a healthy way, I think. So I'm self-advocacy for my own stuff. And I'm good. I know the system, and I know, how to get housing and how to get food. And, I'm pretty good with the system, but I also can advocate for other people, primarily invisible disabilities, but, for, just whatever, getting a diagnosis, getting the right doctor, getting the right meds. I'm not a doctor, but I can refer and that kind of stuff. Not officially medically refer, but helping with SSDI, helping with, just all that kind of stuff. I was in the school system as a therapeutic foster parent and as a substitute teacher. So I know IEPs really well. My kids, me being a foster parent, my kids got exactly what they needed. And I was also a substitute teacher. So the school district would be like, what the F are you doing here, Joe? You're spending all our money. And I'm like, my kid needs to get what I don't need to worry about this money I'm spending. You need to worry about providing the accommodations that he needs. So, I'm all pretty good with that. Jody, it's only 5 to 3 Friday in Australia, and it is 5 to 11 p.m. here. What's that? 8. So that's 16 hours ahead. Holy moly. Jody, I would be a turtle if I could be anything. When I say I'm one thing, I'm a advocate. So you'd want to be a turtle. That's cute. I like that. So anyway, my introduction, I really want to get back into the practice of doing this. I always want to start my stream and end my stream with thoughts and prayers for the victims, family, loved ones, friends, students, the school, University of Idaho, the community and city, Moscow, Idaho, the county, Latah County, the state, Idaho, and all the LE. And by the way, welcome to all the live viewers. I appreciate it. It shows 12. I'm not getting a whole bunch of comments these days, and it's fine to lurk or just watch and just be in the back row. I hope I'm loud enough for the people in the back row, but thank you for being here. And like I said earlier, you know, there are a couple people that I can specifically think of. They're probably going to lurk if they do come here at all, which is fine. They are welcome. A couple nights ago, one of the people did make their typical first comment, and then they never made another comment. But anyway, feel free to that. And also for the recorded viewers, thank you so much. Did I say especially? I didn't mean that. All the viewers are the same. I feel the same about all of them, but I just don't quite understand watching a recorded video. So thank you for all that. Please make comments, whether it's live or recorded. I love all that stuff. But anyway, you know, thoughts and prayers for the law enforcement, the Moscow Police Department, the FBI, the FBI that covers Idaho is in Salt Lake City, and the FBI that covers West Virginia, which is the second group that covers this. The FBI that covers West Virginia is FBI Pittsburgh, and then the rest of the country. So that's the 3 FBIs that we want to pray for that's involved in this case. 60 investigators, I guess they're called, and then 2 BAUs. 62 of them. That's incredible. But also the Idaho State Police. So for all those. This is I don't know what it says. This is my 16th StreamYard. I did before 6 weeks ago, for the past 5 or 7 years, I did about 50 videos. They weren't comprehensive. I didn't learn from video to video. Some were live, some were recorded. I never edited. I never learned anything. So that was up until 5 or 6 weeks ago. Since dropping into the press conference for Idaho 4, everything else, I removed everything else from my life. I didn't have a bunch in my life. I just had come off the road covering motorsports and stuff, but I removed everything out of my life and just covered this. So in the last few weeks, I've done 5 YouTube lives by themselves. And then I heard about StreamYard and downloaded it and started using it. So I did 5 StreamYards, the free version, which you can send to one destination, which I did for YouTube. And then since then, I'm on 16. So I've done 11 streams. That is a paid plan. It's the second paid plan. And I'm sending it to 6 destinations. So, of course, I always want to call them out and thank them and stuff. But anyway, and again, feel free to send comments and stuff. And, you know, you don't have to. You can just listen and stuff. That's fine with me. But, oh, by the way, 10:59. Anyway, I forget when. I guess Brittany was at 10:20. I didn't think I was going to end at the right time. And then also Lost Souls is at 11:30, I think. That's in about 30 minutes. So I'm going to definitely be done by Lost Souls for Scarlet. But I'm not sure if, I've already missed Brittany. Feel free to go to either one of those. You can go to Brittany now. I love her. And you can, whatever. Feel free to go as you wish. So but yeah, I would like to, shout out in a positive way the 6 destinations. I call them platforms, but StreamYard calls them 6 destinations. So the 6 of them are Facebook profile, Facebook page, LinkedIn profile, YouTube by itself. No, just YouTube, Twitch, which I've had an account on Twitch forever, but I'm not a gamer and I'm old and I don't understand it. So I've never done a stream on YouTube, on Twitter, except these, 11 through StreamYard. So welcome, Twitch. I know occasionally I get comments from y'all, but anyway, I'm learning about Twitch. And then the last is Twitter. And as y'all know, that Twitter is currently my largest audience. And Twitter, thank you very much. Thanks for watching. I am so sorry you can't make comments. I did talk to StreamYard. I was a little upset. I was like, Twitter is one of the biggest platforms. You want us to engage. That's how you do live streaming. You engage. I was like, if they can't make comments, you can't engage. So I did get a little, I love Brittany. I'm staying here, Joe. Thanks, Jody. Yeah, I really like Brittany too. So thank you for saying you're staying here. So I appreciate that. So anyway, Twitter is a rock star. I am gonna someday figure out how to watch this stream on Twitter live, so that when there is a comment, I can see it live and I can respond to it. Hey, Anthony Wrench, allegedly with Brittany. Yes, that's I don't know if she is actually live, but welcome, Anthony Wrench. I'm Joe Hart. I don't recognize you. I don't know if you know me from a couple of other streams that I usually do, but yeah, she was supposed to go on at 10:20, and but if you know her very well, you know that she isn't live now. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so if you know her pretty well, she is often late and she often changes the time. She has I can't believe she does so many streams. She's phenomenal and a superstar. But I think she has kids, whatever. So I'm it's just what she does. So it's 10:20. I mean, this is 42 minutes later. So she has easily rescheduled, and I have to learn how Twitter works. Then if I have questions, you can help me, Joe. I love Twitter. I have lived on Twitter for 10 to 12 to 14 years. I forget. I think 2006 is when I set it up. So that's 16 years, I think. I might have that wrong. But I think it's been around that long. I think I was 2006. But we're speaking of about, some of us, don't leave our house very often and, are, a little guarded and stuff. But when I say I lived on Twitter, I mean that. I lived on Twitter. That's where I get all my information. I'm Catholic, or I was born Catholic. So I say, if the Pope died, I would know within 2 to 3 minutes. And that's true with everything. Anything worldwide that's, sensationalistic, I find out about within 1 or 2 or 3 minutes. Shootings, school shootings and all that stuff. I don't know who Brittany is. I don't know who Brittany is. Is her channel called Allegedly with Brittany? Yeah, that's misspelt. Brittany has 2 T's. But yeah, if you Brittany's great. She's younger and knowledgeable, and she has panels that are very knowledgeable. And she's always like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm late, guys, and I'm sorry." And I'm like, "No, she has such great panels that she says, I'll be right back." And it's I keep forgetting the right word, but it's not transparent. It's just fluid. I mean, you don't even notice that people are doing things. She streams with CDT, I believe. I'm not sure if that's true. I've seen CDT about 10, 12 times. I don't think I've seen CDT do any panels, and I don't think I've ever seen CDT on Brittany's panel. But I mean, I assume she goes up there. I assume she goes up there, occasionally. But I've seen Brittany maybe 40 or 50 or 60 times, and she's great. So Brown Bear, if you ever want to check her out. Thanks, Anthony. I'll check out that channel. Yeah, please do if you want. She's great. She's great. And she's it is, as we keep talking about that the holidays will be over soon, January 1st, New Year's Day will be Sunday, and then January 2nd is Monday. So she and many other streamers are like, "Hey, I hope to get back into the swing of things and be more consistent." And hey, Joe Buddha, how are you, Joe? Thank you for helping me last night. I think you answered Wolfpack. I forget. Yeah, I think it was Wolfpack. But anyway, you have answered some questions. So, hi, Joe in chat. Found you through Lost Souls channel. Have you or anyone here received a confirmation on validity of Connor Club picture yet? I have not. I have not. I think I'm kind of taking a break from. Anyway, I'm generally skeptical. And whatever Ronald Reagan was, like something trust but verify, or whatever his quote was, I think the picture is accurate. I think it's a real picture. I think it was really leaked. I think someone really wanted to leak it. I don't know who leaked it. And it's a strange picture to pick because, supposedly, and I don't like to name people, but the ex supposedly is in the picture. I can't see that. I don't think, I don't know if it's him or not. People think the hoodie guy's in it. He's a little clear to see, but not, and then when Maddie says, Maddie was asked, what did you tell Adam? Supposedly Adam's in the picture, and, I have no opinion on that. I always have trouble that people can find out who Adam is and get a picture of him. I'm skeptical about that. How can you even get a picture of who the person is to at least initially compare? And I understand social media channels and stuff, but I always think that's a little, but anyway, the worst for me, of course, is the police chief. I clearly don't think that is the police chief. I don't know if it's necessarily the bar owner. I've only seen one picture of the bar owner, which I said I'm skeptical. I don't think people can find a picture of the bar owner with 100% accuracy. People hack into accounts all the time, and people say they're Joe Namath, and they're not really Joe Namath. There's people that do that all the time. But the one picture I saw of the owner, he had a dark brown beard. But not one white hair, not one gray hair, no gray hair, just all brown. So that person does not have a brown beard. But I don't think it's a police chief. Anyway, I told you I wasn't going to address it, yes, but so anyway, I think it's a real picture. I didn't verify where it came from. I don't think it's a leak. That's a leak. So no one's going to verify that picture. I don't believe the LE will ever come out with a press update, or there are no more press conferences. There are no more press conferences until they have someone in custody. That will be the next and probably the last press conference. They won't do they've only gotten negative feedback about press conferences. They won't do them. They will do those protected press videos, because the PIO asks the questions to the chief and he already knows the questions and stuff. But no, I don't think anybody is ever going to address that picture and say, that is real, that's valid, it was issued. But and I don't know how to Photoshop. I don't know how to do all that shit. But there's shadows and there's things in that picture that kind of imply it's real. It's grainy. Who cares? It's grainy. Who knows? It's grainy. We don't know if it's real or not. Yeah, of course it's real. I would say that. So anyway, sorry, I'm a little behind. Jody, I love Brittany. I'm staying here. Joe, thank you. And again, that's misspelt. It's 2 T's, so it's BRITTNEY. Alleged with, which is W/ allegedly with Brittany, rock star. She's great, and her whole crew, Shay Benet and Mallory and Mindy, and she's got Lady V used to be over there. There's a lot of people over there that's just phenomenal. She is really good. Jody, yes, Anthony, she isn't live now. Wow, that's weird. Yeah, anyway, she might be a little late and stuff. Jody, hi, Anthony. Good to see you. With a U. Brown Bear, I'll have to learn how Twitter works. Then if I have questions, you can help me. Well, if you ever, a couple nights ago, someone, I guess became interested in me or inspired by me. And they're like, okay, I'm going to download Twitter. And during the stream, they downloaded it. They said, okay, I'm setting up an account. And I'm like, okay, well, good luck. I didn't know you were going to do it. And then I said, my DMs are open, my direct messages. That's private, not secretive, but just private messages, direct messages. And mine are open. You can set them up open so that anybody can write you a message secretly, or you can set it closed that only people that know you and that you allowed to do that can do that. But mine are open, so anybody can. So anyway, she said, I'm going to send you, and she did. So I was like, wow, you really did set that up immediately. But I'm getting an alarm for Lost Souls. She's probably going to be 11:30 p.m. I don't know, but I think she's pretty consistent. So in 19 minutes, Lost Souls, which I'll probably try to end by then, but I don't know. I could talk for 2 hours. Brown Bear Jamboree. I don't know, Brittany. Does her channel, is it called Allegedly with Brittany? And I'm sure you got it by now that it's 2 T's. And it's W/ instead of with. But I think you can do Allegedly Brittany probably with any spelling and it'll come up. She's pretty established. She's a rock star. And Brown, yes. Brown Bear. Okay, yes, okay. She streams with CDT. I believe I've already talked about that. I don't think they cross paths. They both like each other and they both respect each other. But CDT does not have panels. Generally, my limited experience, I've seen about 20 of her streams or 15 of her streams, and she generally doesn't have panels. And I've seen a ton of Brittany's streams, and I've never seen CDT up there. I've seen her in the comments, and she makes comments, and Brittany is like, oh, CDT, it's good to see you and stuff. So anyway, that's my opinion. Brownberry, thanks, Anthony. I'll check out that. Yes. And then Crimes, Lines, and Lies. I don't know that one. I'm pretty new, Anthony, so I don't have a strong opinion about mentioning other streamers or not. Anyway, I haven't figured out how I feel. I'm generally pretty open about it, but hopefully it would be someone that I'm aware of and stuff. And I've never heard of Crime, Lines, and Lies. Now, I have watched over 100, just 6 weeks ago, I discovered YouTube Live. And, 5 weeks ago, I discovered Streamline, and here I am streaming on StreamYard. So I've dropped into, more than 100 streams. So I may have dropped into them. And if I dropped into one, I subscribe to everybody because I want notifications and stuff, which I do believe after 6 weeks, I have yet to get any notification from anybody. I have to just be aware if they're going to go live. I've never got I think it's my fault. I think my settings aren't set up, but when I subscribe, I always do the all the notifications. I don't get the gray one. There's no notifications, all notifications, and there's a middle one. And I'm like, I don't do gray. I do black or white. So anyway, John Buddha. Joe, I hope to pronounce your name correctly. I probably have been talking too long, so I might have missed you if you came and went. But let's see here. The Amazing Tiff. Hey, Amazing Tiff. Thanks for coming in. I'm not sure if I know you, but welcome. I always try to get to know people. So hi, Joe in chat. Found you through Lost Souls channel. She's a rock star. I love Scarlett. Last night, we were doing testing for Nightbot, and she was here and she was helping me. And I probably mentioned her name, Scarlett, or otherwise, probably 80 times. And more than half the time, I said Charlotte. And less than half the time, I said Scarlett. And she never corrected me. And we had about 15 viewers from her stream, and none of them corrected me. But I keep saying, my synapses don't work, and I like to stare at people's. I don't ever remember anybody's name, so I have to stare at your handle to call you by name. I don't mean any offense by it. That's just what I do. So that's why I keep calling her Lost Souls. But one time, someone had said, "What do you want to be called?" And she said Scarlett, and I said, great, I'll try to do that, but I'll forget. And I apologize if I don't remember or if I call it. So anyway, so tonight she came in and I said, I'm sorry, Scarlett. I'll try to remember. And she's pretty special. I'm going to have to try to really remember hers. So, wait, did I read all that? Found you through Lost Shows, the word, Lost Souls channel. Have you or anyone here received confirmation on validity of Corner Club picture yet? I'm sure you heard me all before. I don't think we'll ever get any confirmation. It was a leak. That was a leak. I don't think the LE, and I'm new. This is my second case. So I might be completely wrong. But I don't When it's a leak, I don't think the LE ever has to acknowledge it or disallow it, or they don't have to do anything. And, there might be a little heat because, some people think that one person is the chief, which is God. What is wrong with these people? Oh, yeah. I personally think that us, the online sleuthers or the influencers, are largely responsible for those speculations or allegedlys that spin out of control. So anyway, I don't think they'll ever confirm it. We might find out who leaked it, but I don't think we'll find that out either. So Jody, hi, Joe Buddha. By the way, I hope I say your name right, Joe Buddha, Joe Buddha. Joe Buddha. Oh, Buddha. It might be Buddha. You from New Jersey and stuff? Buddha. Brown Bear Jamboree. Okay, I did sub to Allegedly with Brittany. Did you find it? Yeah, she's great. Jody Reason. Allegedly, the family is saying it is JD. Allegedly, the family, which I assume you mean Kay's family. And I assume you mean the family is saying that is not JD. Anyway, I think Olivia talked, Chronicles of Olivia talked, and I don't have an opinion of her yet. I need to watch more of her. But yeah, I think you mean that they're saying it's not JD because they're always like 1,000%, 2,000%. We sure, and they're, clearly when you see them, the mother and father used to do interviews together and now they're starting to do interviews apart, which I don't think is any big deal. The majority, and I'm just a numbers guy. So I just I talk numbers. I talk statistics. And the majority of parents that lose a child in any method, if parents lose a child, the majority of them get a divorce. That just is what happens. They blame each other. They feel remorseful about what they did or didn't do, and they get a divorce. I have no idea about Kayla's parents, but they're not in the same room as much as they used to be. But I mean, they would say, do you think there's, do you think there's someone that wasn't questioned enough? And the brother will be saying no, yes, and the others will be saying no. So obviously there's not dissension, there's, disagreement. You can get 4 people with 4 different opinions. They don't have to agree. So anyway, Jody, I don't mean to focus on your comment. As you know, I have synapses. I'll read a comment and then it brings me on a tangent. But I think you're trying to say that the family is saying that it's not JD, which I approach both statements the same. I firmly believe no family anywhere in the world knows exactly what's going on with their daughter's or son's relationship. No one. They might tell them that we're sexually active and we're on birth control and, occasionally he gets drunk and he takes acid a couple times. They might share some stuff, but no parents know everything about a relationship. Like the mom is saying, oh, they break up, it's on and off, but they were planning to get back together and planning to get married. I think that's wishful thinking on her part. I don't have anything to base that on. But anyway, Jody, I don't mean to focus on it, but I hope you're meaning to say that they do not think it's JD. But again, I don't think they would know if it is JD. We just don't know. So Joe, okay, thanks. Just wanted to check. I agree with you. Hi, Jody. Thanks. Cool. Joe Buddha. Is that how you say it? Buddha. Buddha, man. Sorry. I try to say it correctly. Brown Bear Jamboree. We won't know about most things until there's a trial. We want to know now. So am I missing anybody? The Amazing Tiff. Amazing Tiff. I like that name. I keep thinking of GIF. I don't know if it's GIF or GIF. Everybody, I think half the world thinks it's GIF and half the world thinks it's GIF. I think it's GIF. But anyway, the Amazing Tiff. Hi, Joe. Hi, Amazing Tiff. I'm Joe Hart. I don't know if you've seen me in other streams. I try to remember people's names, and I'm really bad with names, but I'm not sure if I've seen you around. So there's 2 other streams that I'm usually in quite often. So feel free to let me know about those others. Oh, City Glam Girl, thank you. Yes, allegedly Brittany J. Oh, golly, I forgot about the J. I didn't tell you that, Jody. I think it was Jody that was trying to get that. So, City Girls Glam. I just dropped your link in Brittany's chat. She pushed her live back a bit. Oh, cool. I just dropped her link in Brittany's chat. Oh, my link. Oh, City Glam, thank you so much. And you know how I'm really super sensitive. So I hope that was okay with Brittany. I don't want to, and I know her, Shay Benet shares my link. And, I know a lot of people do. And I think you've done it several times over there, but it's like, oh, golly, I hope she's aware. But I'm peanuts. She's big time. Jody Reason, Brown, I agree. Yes. And Jody, hi, the amazing Tiff. Good to see you. And the amazing Tiff. Sounds like you're from Lost Souls. Is that where you're from, the amazing Tiff? Sounds like it. City Glam Girls. City Girls Glam. City, I'm sorry, I'll never get your name. And I'm looking at it. I talk about, Scarlett. I forget her name because I'm not looking at it because it's not in her name. But even when I look at yours, those words, I don't think I have dyslexia, but your names, anyway. City Girls Glam. I'll try to get better. So anyway, that's allegedly Brittany J. But anyway, someone said they found it. So they found it whether I mentioned the J or not. City Girls Glam. Crime Limes and Lies is pretty good. She usually goes live earlier in the mornings. Yeah, I'm trying to change what I'm viewing, and I'm trying to get back to the basics. I want just the facts, ma'am. That's what I'm trying to. And I don't want to generalize, but it seems like a lot of them are going in the morning, like CDT and ATS and Grizzly and all that stuff. And those are three huge ones that I would like to see every single time they're on. But I'm going to bed at 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 in the morning, and I'm just not going to wake up when I would like to. And actually, I don't sleep super well, so I could probably sleep twice a day. So I could probably go to bed at 6, wake up at 9, watch them, go back to sleep at 2, wake up at 5, and then watch some more stuff. So I could probably do that. I'm not there yet, but yeah, City Glam, City Girls, I'm glad you know about her. You are, yes, sir, pronounced it correctly. I would imagine, I said Buddha and Buddha, but I'm guessing Buddha, as in butter. I assume butter, the yellow stuff, is the correct. So anyway, I know I said both, so I don't know which one. It doesn't matter. I just like to say people correctly. So I assume butter was the one, not the other one. I won't say it because then when you say, I don't want to confuse me when you say, yes, that's the right way. So City Girls, as you know, I really like you and respect you and stuff. So if you want to drop that link, you're welcome to. I've never heard of them. Sorry, Joe, that I was not unaware of that other stream. I think, anyway, yeah, you're welcome to drop it if you want. Jody, thank you, City Girls Glam. I will have a look. Yes, sir. Jim, yes. Joe, I don't know why I say Jim. Joe Butter. Yes, sir. Pronounced it correctly. Thank you. You're welcome. Jody, that's where it came from, Joe. That's where it came from, Joe. Olivia. Oh, about the kids, about Kay's family saying they think it's JD. That's harsh. That's again, I don't think families know whether they say it is JD or they don't know. They don't know. They have no idea. I think most killers, people don't think that person is able to do what they have done. And I think people look at creepy people and go, that creepy person, I know he's suspect, he's so sus. Everybody is sus. So yeah, I guess I'll have to go watch this. And I did just follow her. It might have been because of you, Jody, but I was in another stream and I was hearing about Olivia, and I heard a lot of positive reinforcement about her, which I don't want to talk about her too much. I really don't. I don't want to talk about her too much. and I don't want to get into why. Y'all kind of have an idea why. But I am willing to watch her, and I do want to watch that, and I want to find that out. But again, whether all 4 family members or just 3 or just 2 or just 1 says, I'm 1,000% sure it's not JD, or now it sounds like they're saying we're 1,000% sure it is JD. They don't know. The LE, the law enforcement, cannot give them enough information for them to know that it's JD. So I know I sometimes I get passionate, so I'm not talking to you, Jody. I'm just, but yeah, they just don't know. They have no idea. But I did follow her. I if I don't fall asleep during Lost Souls, which I guess she goes in 4 minutes. Everybody, feel free to go over to Lost Souls in 4 minutes or anytime. She's great. And I'll probably go over there. I said I was going to end by that. I don't think I'm really close to ending. I'm not caught up in comments, so I'm trying to catch up. The amazing tip. Her daddy is not as sure about JD. So I assume you're saying, I think initially the story was that the daddy was more suspicious of JD. But with you saying that, it sounds like you're saying the opposite now. If it's true that the family has said that they now do think it's JD, and you say the daddy is not as sure about JD, it now sounds like he's the opposite, that he doesn't necessarily think it's him. So anyway, yes, Joe, it takes a lot for mom and dad to stay together after the death of a child. And that's just stats. The majority of people get a divorce. But that's any death. That's cancer, and that's any death. For this horrific death, there's no way they stay married. There's no way. And I'm not wishing that on anybody. I would wish that everybody has a support system. I'm not wishing that on anybody for sure. But yeah, it does take a toll. Yes, the amazing tip, I think it's more mom. And again, the first, so if anybody, I am here from Brit. Hey, Mirage, how are you? So if Jody or if any of y'all could say, just if you could make one more comment and repeat the first statement and say, yes, Joe, I did mean to say the family does think that JD is guilty. Because a lot of times when I'm typing, I forget a key word like not. Like they do not think it's JD. But if I forget the not, people are like, what? They don't think it's JD. So anyway, if you could just repeat that one more time so that I'm following more of these comments. I'm still blown away by it. That, again, they don't know. They don't know. They can't say one way or the other. But I just want to kind of get on the same picture as all these comments. So just one more time, if you could say, yes, Joe, I did mean that the family does think JD is guilty. And again, we say family, but is that they're not a unified family. So is that mom? And I'm already hearing that mom and dad are different, but there's mom, there's dad, there's sister and brother, which there's a ton of sisters. I think there's 6 kids or something. So there's a ton of sisters, but I doubt if those 4 people all voted the same way. But anyway, just trying to get me onto the same page. That's all. The amazing tip. Thank you. You're right, Jody. I think that was mom's plan for the future. I think it's more mom. Anyway, I'm not totally following all this stuff. I would like to follow. So sorry about that. So Mirage. So I am here from Brit. Thank you very much. And back at you. Good to see you, Mirage. And I guess she, I love Brit, by the way. So you can talk about Brit as much as you want. There's quite a few streamers that I'm okay with people talking about them all they want. And she's one of them. And so it sounds like she has delayed the schedule. I think it originally was 10:20 and she changes the time a lot, but I don't know what time it was changed to. So Mirage, if you happen to know what the change time is, just let me know. That would be great. Jody, hi, Mirage. Good to see you. Ray, I'm sorry I missed you. I'm going to scroll down. Hey, Ray, how are you? I'm going to scroll down to see if I missed anyone. Oh, I am so far behind. Liza, The family does not think JD is guilty. I thought that was a word that was left out. Thank you, Liza. That was a critical word. That's why I was confused at the beginning. Because, and like I said, 90% of the time when I type, they are not brothers, I forget the not. So it says they are brothers. You know, I do that all the time. So, so hi, Ray. Sorry I missed you when you came in. And Liza, you're a rock star. Keep me safe because of, you're nice at keeping, anyway, I keep thinking about what you say. Mirage, back at you. Thanks. I don't know what I said, but I probably welcomed you and stuff. Joe Buddha. Haha. Yes, like Buddha. Buddha. Thank you. But I don't really care. Buddha is Sicilian, Italian. You're kidding. That's don't tell me if it's your real name or not. This is the open internet, but that's cool. I like that name. Ray Tipton, catnaps. Yeah. I think if I stay on crime sleuthing, which this is only 6 weeks long. I don't think I can permanently change my life that much, but it has been hugely effective on my life. But if I do stay on crime sleuthing, I think I will have to sleep twice a day, because I definitely, without a question, I must catch CDT. I must catch ATS. I must catch Grizzly. And then, other people I really like is Alex. I have to catch her. Valerie, I want to catch her. Brittany, I have to catch her. And then I want to stream. So with all those, everybody's doing 2 to 3 to 4 hours, and some schedule and never change, and some schedule and push it back. It's, so I think I'm going to have to learn how to, and Lost Souls. That's, anyway, as I always tell you, I have five things in the top 1. I have 20 things in the top 10. That's just how I do things. So, amen, Ray, catnaps. Jody, hey, Ray, Tipton. I hope I say that right. City Glam Girls. Joe, she is doing a few things and pushed her live to later. People in chat, we're YouTube surfing, and we're at a few other lives which ended. That is why I dropped yours. Thank you, City Girls. You are so nice. I love you so much. And City Girls Glam, Mirage, welcome. And Ray Tipton, trust no one. I agree. I'm skeptical at everything. But I'm starting to run out of time. Again, 6 weeks ago when I got involved, I was not eating and sleeping, and I would drill down for 10 hours, and I would learn everything I could about blah, 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 blah. And I learned a ton, and I had to print it up. As y'all know, that's all brand new. That's everything I've printed. And I probably print up 10 or more pages a day. And I that billboard, I empty it and resort it about once every 3 days. So it's always being changed and prioritized. So I just always, so anyway, I'm not able to do that as much recently. So it's, then I get real skeptical of people mention something, and I'm like, did you hear that from Reddit and 4chan? And they're like, no, it's watch Brian Enton. You're going to hear and I'm like, okay, I'm way behind. So Mirage, City Girls Glam, I am here because you did. I was trying to get to the creators that are supported by Brit's channel and show the same love. Thank you, Mirage. I'm show them some love. Okay, cool. Thank you. I can usually read typos, but thank you for coming. I appreciate it. I'm a little different. I'm disabled. I get off topics. I focus on comments a lot. I guess I will stop saying too much, but I focus on comments too much. Anyway, I'll try to figure out how to say that without criticizing myself. And so I miss people. I'm like, I always try to say hello at the beginning so that I don't miss people when they leave. But okay, it came from Olivia saying it, JD. It came from Olivia saying it, JD. I do agree, Joe. No one really knows. I don't know her. I saw her once this morning on another stream. You're talking about Olivia? But anyway, Liza, hello, Liza. I think Liza very clearly wrote, and I know Liza from other streams, and I have huge respect for Liza. And she's overseas, or she's elsewhere, and anyway, I respect her research immensely. So anyway, she very clearly, I asked her I asked the room to enunciate on the word. And so Liza said the family does not think JD is guilty. So I'm not sure if I got that from you yet, but so anyway, Jody, it came from Olivia saying that JD. It still sounds like you're saying. Oh, also, by the way, I'm sure everybody knows that's two different Olivias. Chronicles of Olivia is the live streamer that went to visit the family. And Olivia, Kaylee's sister, is spelled a different way, Alivea. They're pronounced the exact same way. So I assume it came from Olivia saying it JD. So it sounds like you're saying the sister, the Olivia's sister. It came from Olivia saying it JD. Anyway, just 5 words if you could, and you could say family does not think it's JD or family does think it's JD. That's the key words I'm trying to get from you, Jody, so I can kind of get on the same page here. But yeah, no one really knows. I don't know her, which could again be either Olivia, but I think you're referring to the Chronicles of Olivia. I don't know her. I saw her once this morning on another stream. Yeah, that could be the sister too. Anyway, the sister is Olivia, Alivea, which I don't care about typos. I'm just saying there's 2 Olivias, so I'm not sure which one you're referring to. That's all right. So Liza says hello. That's a Liza. Liza, do you have a YouTube channel and do you stream or anything? I would love to drop your link in our chat if you want. I'm small, I'm intimate, I'm not very big, but I would love to drop your link if you have one. And I'm way behind on comments, but just let City Glam, City Girls could probably find it. Anyway, just let them know if you do have a channel, or if you go, well, I have a channel, but I'm not streaming, whatever. Just say, yes, I do, or no, I don't, or whatever. So Ray Tipton, Dad has private eye. Boy, we hear a lot about this private eye, and there's cameras everywhere, but I'm not sure where we don't get a picture of I haven't seen a picture of the private eye. We hear about him a lot. And I say M, not him. I don't know if it's a male or not, but yeah, I haven't seen a picture of this private eye. And I'm not questioning whether one huge issue I have with this case is people spout off on their mouths that these people are wealthy and they can pay for it. We don't know I come from a medical family. I have a doctor in my family. I have 2 nurses in my family. My father worked for a doctor. I've been around a lot of doctors, and there are a lot of doctors that file bankruptcy. They're not all rich. So hoodie guys, 2 parents may not have unlimited money to send them to, I'm not even going to mention the continent or the country or anything. No one else has to mention that continent. It wasn't verified. There's cameras everywhere in the entire world. If he was over there, we would have a picture of him over there. He didn't go. It's not verified. Anyway, I'd love to see a picture of the private eye. I'm sure you're all saying, yes, he's on TV every other day. But I might have seen it, but I don't remember. City Girls, Mirage, awesome. Well, thank you for stopping by. I do the same thing. I find a great sense of community, and all the good ones seem to run together as a team. Cool. I would be blown away to be spoken in the same breath as Brittany and Alex and Valerie. And, those are the great ones. They are. And again, 6 weeks ago, I didn't think of this stuff at all. So the first few streams I dropped into, they were goddesses. They were on pedestals. I'm like, oh my golly, I could never go to their panel because they are goddesses. And then after 2 or 3 weeks, I'm like, well, that's a really cool person. And then after 5 or 6 weeks, I'm like, oh, well, they're just like me, but I love their stream. So it's kind of weird how those first few people, which if you can't tell, Brittany's the first for me, they were just, it was a pedestal. and I wrote her and I asked it, could I be on your panel? Maybe you can watch some of my streams to see if I could be compatible. And I was like, I'm high strung, I'm, whatever, but I would be blown away to be in the same breath as them. They know a lot and I'm trying to learn a lot. So Ray, a lot of divorce happens in these type of cases. Yeah, I'm just talking numbers, but yeah, that is so true. Liza, the family does not think JD is guilty. And Liza is great with details. And I'm sure you probably heard when I was talking about the previous comments, but I think it's okay that family is not a unified front. I think that's fine. I think you get 5 people in the same room and you're going to have 5 opinions. So I don't know, Liza, you seem a bit logical too. So I don't know if you can say all 4 of them do not. And I'm just saying 4. I'm saying father, mother, sister, Olivia, and brother. I don't know his name. I think there's only one brother, but I think there's a bunch of sisters or half sisters or whatever. I think there's 6 kids. One's deceased, so that means there's 5 left. So anyway, do you think all 4 of them? I'm sorry. I get hung up on these details. So I apologize that I put this stuff out there. But anyway, do you know if all 4 think JD, they would do interviews and they'd ask a question, like, do you think there's people that were cleared sooner than they should have been? And, the brother saying yes. And someone else is saying no, that it's okay that they have different opinions. No one knows. We're all guessing. And I think the LE are giving them some information, and I think they probably have increased the information they give to them because Steve has stopped talking so much. I think they gave the families a lot of information. Steve started sharing too much. They shut it down and they said, okay, this is a chess game, Steve, and this is your move. If you're going to complain about not getting information, if you want more information, you have to stop doing 4 interviews a day. And if he shuts down, you get more information. And I think that's when the lawyer got, I'm sure they had a lawyer on retainer, but that's when the lawyer probably got involved and the PI probably got involved, but he seems to be tamping down his rhetoric quite a bit. So I think they're getting more information. So I don't think the LE will ever say, we have a suspect, we're just putting the final things on it, and the suspect is blah, 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 blah. I don't think they'll tell them that. They might say, we have a pretty good idea and there might be something coming down the path in 2 weeks. They might say something like that, but I don't think they'll give a name, especially if one is your, he was almost your son-in-law, So, okay, Jody, yes, Joe, I am sure I heard right that they are agreeing. It is JD at club. Oh, Jody, I'm sorry. I don't know what the first comment was, but I was reading. Okay, I was aware of that. I'm sorry. I kept misreading your comments. I'm aware that Kaylee's family confirmed, again, I don't think anybody's 100%, but they confirmed that was JD at the club, sitting in the chair, talking to Kaylee and Maddie. Now I get it. I thought you were saying, and I thought you would get it from my comments, that I thought you were saying that they think JD was the killer. That's what I was confused about. So that was my confusion. Sorry about that. So yes, Joe, I am sure I heard right that they are agreeing it is JD a club. Sorry for I don't know what the first comment was, but I read it as he was the killer. I do not know who actually said it to her. I doubt very much they all are on the same page. Yes, sorry, Jody. Whoo-wee, I missed that stuff. Ray Tilton, brother, shake his head yes while saying no. And I don't mean to laugh. None of this is humorous. And, it's hard. You get someone like Brian Enton, who is fantastic. And, I forget the one woman, Connie Yu, or I forget her name. They ask good questions, but they're asking 4 people the same questions. And, they don't let 4 people answer, one in a row. So it is tough to get the overall average of 4 people. But yeah, that brother, I now forget the exact questions, but that brother clearly, without talking, was given a different answer than the rest of the family. And then likewise, I think Olivia was saying no when the mother said, well, wait, I would like to talk about that topic. And, that's tough. I feel for them. They are suffering. They are suffering. And then they put the microphone in them and ask these questions. And, we change, we change our opinion every other day. So they probably change their. And I think denial is very strong. I think denial is very strong. And I think it's almost impossible for a human being to think, wow, my daughter dated someone off and on for 5 years, and that person was able to kill her. I think denial is very strong. So I don't think the family can say, yes, I think he killed her. That was almost your son-in-law. That was almost your son-in-law. So I think denial is huge. Now, I know everybody's talking about the way the father looked at JD and the way JD looked at the father during the vigil. And I have opinions about everything, as you probably know by now. As a newcomer, this is my second case. But I think the way Steve looked at JD means nothing. I think it was just a look. He might have been a little upset that JD received 10 calls and not called back. Steve's kind of macho. He's kind of, he's kind of macho. So he would think that JD could have saved the girls somehow if he had answered those calls and went over to the house. So I think that's the only reason he looked at him negatively, not because he's the killer. Now, JD staring at Steve while he's hugging the mother, I think that look was critical, but I don't know what the look meant. But he never looked at anybody else. He was hugging the mother and he's staring at Steve. Very critical. I have no idea what it means. But I think Steve's look at him was incidental. That was no big deal. So brother shaking head yes while saying no. Good brother. Yeah, I'm way behind here, so I might be out of context of. So the amazing tip. I think Steve suspects JD. If he was 100% sure, JD might just disappear. Yeah. I think you mean nefarious acts by the dad. I think he's passionate enough to. He's macho, and that was his daddy's girl. And it seems Kaylee thought of Steve as. I think they both thought that Kaylee was daddy's girl. So I think he would do. Whew. Yeah, mom and sister both seem to support him. Yeah, they say those 1,000% and 2,000%. What a ridiculous thing. Again, they're suffering. We don't need to bash what they're saying, but no one knows. Every killer in the world, no one can believe they did it. And there's exceptions, of course. Hindsight's 20/20. Once someone is arrested, everybody comes out of the woodwork saying, oh, I knew they were suspicious. And I saw them at the grocery store and they did. But that's 20/20. That's after the fact. I'm talking about before the thing acts. No one knows. So mom believed they would get back together and marry. And I addressed that earlier. But yeah, I think that was denial. I think mom wanted that to be true. I'm going to scroll down in case I'm missing anyone. I hope I didn't miss anyone coming in. Buddha. Yes, Buddha. Okay, got it. Just like Buddha. So City Girls, Liza here. Hey there, good to see you. And I don't know if Liza has since said, yes, I have a link, and if City Girls can drop it, but I'm way behind. I'm sure you already did that, Liza. And by the way, Liza, I don't, I'm pretty sure English isn't necessarily your first language. So let me know if I'm talking too fast, or I don't mean to be disrespectful. I just hope, let me know if you don't understand my questions and stuff. But anyway, golly, I get so hypersensitive about how I say things. I hope that was okay, Liza. Just let me know if you don't understand my questions. I would like to share your link for your YouTube channel if you have a YouTube channel. So that's what I was saying earlier. Jody, I think so. Also, the amazing Tiff. So I'm going to go back to that. I think Steve suspects JD. If he was 100% sure, that's not funny, but I understand what you mean. If he was 100% sure, JD might just disappear. Mom and sister both seem to support him. Mom believes they would get back together and marry. Whoo, golly, that's intense. I think it's, again, if we do pick apart their words, there was that one interview that it's the four of them. It's Brian Enton asking, you don't have to mention a name, but do you think blah, 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 blah. And the daughter said something, she said something. And then at the end, she says, and yes, there is sister intuition and father intuition. And she never mentioned mother intuition. And mother had just spoken, or she just spoke right after that comment. But again, that's a weird thing that, in my fairly long years of being on this earth, you usually always hear about women's intuition. I don't know if you hear too much about men's intuition. I'm sure some people think they have it and stuff, but you usually hear about women's intuition. So I think it was very strange that Olivia said sister intuition and father intuition, but did not mention mother intuition. So, again, I think Olivia and mom, I don't know mom's name, and I'll forget it if you tell me. But anyway, it's what a horrible, so Jody said, I think so also. So that I went back there. Jody, Brittany going live now, I think. Just got a reminder. And like I said, everybody is, wow, I'm down to 9. I guess everybody already did go to Brittany. But again, y'all are welcome to go to Brittany. Hey, Jessica Lynn, let me scroll in case I've missed some people. I'm going to try to get down to the, anyway, as always is true in my streams and every stream, feel free to come and go as you wish. I love Brittany. Feel free to go over there if she is live. I will probably go there. I will definitely go to Lost Souls, but the last couple of nights I've been listening to both, and that's a lot of stimulus in my brain. But feel free to go there. She's a rock star. She's great. So anyway, Jody, I'm not saying they said he's guilty. Just at the club, the one sitting talking to the girls. Yes, I'm sorry, Jody. I did understand that after a while. City Girls, Joe, I'm going to dock out. Sorry, I probably missed you. Have a great rest of your stream. Hopefully we'll see you at Brits in a bit. Yes, I'll do both. That's 11:37. Oh, 15 minutes ago. Sorry, City Girls, I missed you. Wow, I'm 15 minutes behind. Jessica and hi guys. Sorry, I hope I wanted to. Yes, Chronicles. Sorry, I've messed it all up. I do apologize if I gave wrong impression on guilt. Yeah, no, that's all right. I was like, wow, they think he's the killer. I misread it, Jody. No problem. Liza, Olivia said she has a reliable source talking about the picture in the bar being JD after studying that picture. Okay, cool. Liza says, I don't believe it. I'm skeptical by nature. I can't, all these audio things, all these video things, I can't recognize words, and I can't recognize anything, and I can't see too well. So I can't recognize too much, but I don't think it's him. I think we're all trying to match, this photo with that photo. And again, I'm being skeptical. I don't understand how someone goes, okay, I'm going to find out who hoodie guy is, and I'm going to try to find out who the ex-boyfriend is. And they go online and they come back with a picture. I'm skeptical that you can find a picture that is 100% that person. There's hacked accounts, there's fake accounts, there's, I have 3 Twitter accounts. I don't misrepresent anything. They're all me and they're all really me, but I have different purposes with them. So, I don't. So then you try to compare it to this grainy photo, and, it could be a shadow, or it could be a dark beard, or it could be, people think, it's a fake picture because Kaylee is not on the ground. She's floating. I guess they call her floating. And I'm like, what the F? Or people are taking a lot of drugs to think that. So anyway, Ray, Chief said Steve had a private investigator and attorney during interview. Okay, cool. I'd like to see a picture of him. I'd love to. Liza, Brittany has a good vibe and a kind heart. She does. I have learned a lot from her. She has inspired me. The only reason I'm up here is because of her. She's a rock star. She is great. I would love it if someday she would check out one of my streams, for sure. That would be so. I'd probably cry if she showed up. But I've done that. I'm an emotional mess, and I have cried a fair amount on my streams. And I cried when Shay showed up, and when Mallory showed up, and So yeah, anyway, that's why I do. That's probably why she hasn't come, because she's like, I don't want him to cry if I show up. But that's what I do. Jody, Liza, I don't know what to believe. Not much. It was a comment I fucked up. Don't know now. Oh yeah, and Jody, it was all me. I didn't. Jody, don't worry about it. I probably read the one comment incorrectly, and then it just became a snowball. And I was like, wow, they think, so don't know now. Just would have to watch her and decide for yourself. Didn't mean to fuck it all up and confuse people. Sorry. Yeah, no, Jody, I'm sorry that you, I get a little nervous when people, and you can cuss. Everybody can cuss. But I just get a little nervous when people start using cuss words, because I think they're being hard on themselves. And I don't think you messed up. I think I messed up. And, it's no biggie. We can just move on. And, I'm disabled. I perseverate. And I think I put too much energy on a couple of your comments. I did not mean to do that. But again, it was the first comment. I misinterpreted, and then it just became a snowball. So anyway, I don't, nope. You were talking about the picture. I'm sure we were talking about the picture right before that comment, but I didn't put it together. I'm sure we were talking about the picture right before that. And so you were just flowing in the conversation, and my synapses didn't put it together. So anyway. So it's fine. Ray, Chief said during the same interview, he gives attorney daily updates. I'm sure legally he has to give daily updates. So I'm sure he does it just because of that. I think attorney and our PI asked him to sign an NDA before agreeing to represent work for him. I hope so. That's non-disclosure. I kind of get it. Like you can't talk or something like that. So yeah, it makes sense. Non-disclosure agreement or something. So I get it. Liza, I believe that the closer one to the truth of Kaylee's life is Steve. He got into his daughter's devices. He said he is in IT. Yeah, I know people have argued about he's an architect. No, he's IT. No, he was an architect 5 years ago. No, he's an art. Everybody's like, so yeah, I believe the daddy's girl part. I had a daughter that I still have a daughter that was we were really close to each other. And we talked about a ton. And I was really open. I was like, honey, feel free to get sexually active. I just want you to be safe, get protection. I want the man, I was like, I don't care if you date men or women. And after about 5 years, she was like, Dad, I like men. You can stop mentioning it. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. So, I was like, I just want the man to be fair with you and honest with you. Don't play games with you. I want them to tell you. And whatever it is, whatever you base the relationship on, it's fine with me. So I've always, we've always been pretty open, but I don't know a ton about her life. So anyway, I think Steve, without breaking or, without getting into her devices, I think he probably knew the most about Kaylee. It was probably a daddy's girl. And, she probably, she is 21 and she is attractive and, she did TikToks and stuff. So I'm sure she didn't tell everything to Dad, but yeah, I think he probably knew the most anyway. But yeah, he got into his daughter's devices. He said he is in IT. Yes. And then Ray, again, they jailbroke the phone and know all her last texts and calls. And, my eyes will glaze over. I kind of understand jailbreak, but my eyes will glaze over. But I would like to just ask one question, probably to Liza and Ray or anybody else that would know. I'm just curious. I don't understand an iPhone. I have an iPhone and I've had an iPhone for 20 years, but I don't understand this part of an iPhone. I don't understand the cloud aspect of the iPhone. So I was like, wow, how did they get her device? Did the cops already give her device to them? And I think the truth is that the family never got the device. They just had the passwords for the cloud. So that's my question. Is there a cloud that has all the information of her phone up there, so they don't need the device. As long as they have the password, they can get to all the information. I think that's wild. But and also, I guess the other part of that question, is it true that probably the LE still has all the devices? I assume they don't give any devices back for a while. So anyway, that was a long thing. And 11:47, boy, I'm 13 minutes behind. Eliza, denial is what many humans use for survival. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a really important thing. But yeah, I don't think they can. So Joe, Buddha, I agree, Joe. Him staring at the father is very strange. Gave me the impression he is afraid of him or is a sadist, like watching people in pain. Yeah, I mean, I personally don't think he's the guilty one, but I can see why people think he may be the guilty one. And yeah, it was a strange look. It was a strange look. But I think no matter what happened and whatever Steve's look at JD was, I agree, Joe. Okay. No matter, I think JD is probably trying to protect himself in case Steve just suddenly, acts out and, so I think that, but yeah, I mean, I can understand the sadist if he, anyway. So yes, JD Ant alluded to the same thing, that they would eventually marry. Cool. I haven't seen all these interviews, but people don't know that. If there's infidelity or people sleeping around, or they don't know all that. They don't know all that. Phil, welcome. New over here. What's up, man? Sorry, Phil, I missed you. What's that? 11:52. Golly, I'm 10 minutes late. I'm going to skim down. Hey, Phil, Joe Hart here. It's good to see you. I do other streams usually. And then, so let me know if you know me from another stream. There's mainly 2 other streams I do. One was several weeks ago, 3, 4, 5 weeks ago. And then there's another that's been in the last couple nights. So just let me know if that's how you heard about me. It just helps. Ray, hi, Phil. Yeah, hi, Farmentino. I like that. Liza, it's perfect. I'm not hypersensitive. I can follow you. I'm not a politically correct ESL person. I can follow you. Well, okay. Yeah. So anyway, so do you have a channel? Do you have a YouTube channel? And do you want, I think I've lost all my, I think all my mods are gone right now. Yeah, City Girls Glam was my last mod. So I think they're all gone. So I don't think anybody can drop your link. But that's what I was asking, if you wanted us to drop a link if you live stream or anything. Mars House. Hey, Mars House, did I mention you? Hi there, Joe. Good to see you. Where's Mo? Good question. I don't know where she is. She's usually here often, but I don't, I have fairly low expectations of my mods. I'm just honored that they do stuff with me. And I'm sorry, I'm 9 minutes late on that. So hi, Mars. I don't know if you're still here. Hi there, Joe. Good to see you. Where's Mo? Yep, don't know. Phil, Ray Tipson. What's up, Joe? Ray, how's it going? So, hey, Phil. And then Joe, hey, Phil, welcome. I'm new here too. Joe seems super chill and considerate. And I usually do get on to the thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. But I do ultimately get onto the Idaho 4, even though I'm disabled, so I do get distracted and stuff. But I usually respond to comments the best, and that usually gets me back on track. And it's still the holidays, like New Year's Day is Sunday, so I'm thinking January 2nd. And I've heard multiple streamers say, I'm going to just get back into the swing of things. So I'm hoping, So Ray, my IQ, that's what's up. That's an optimistic person. Cool. Ray, going good. Cool, man. Phil, Joe Buddha. Yes, for sure. Heard of him through Lost Souls chat. Actually, I've been doing this true crime thing for a while now, so figured I'd stop on by over here. LOL. Thank you. I'm brand new. This is my second case. My first case was Boston Marathon Massacre. Boston Marathon Bombers, 2 brothers, 2013. And I did the exact same thing. I drilled down, and things were different back then. I was different. Twitter was different. The world was different. The internet was different. And I immediately I'm OCD, which is a good characteristic, I think, for crime sleuthing. So I can drill down and learn a lot. And Twitter was, one of those brothers was on Twitter and their account was never shut down. Never shut down. So we saw, anyway, I learned a lot from Twitter. FBI learned a lot from Twitter. And I got them. I was sending, tips to the FBI probably 2 or 3 times a day. And it was a quick, within 72 hours after the bombing, they had shot and killed one brother and shot and injured the other and put him into custody. So that's relatively quick, 3 days. But I still continued for weeks after that. And so that was my first case. And in this, 6 weeks ago, I had a complete life that did not include StreamYard and did not include crime sleuthing. And then suddenly, poof, everything else in my life I put to the side, and this is all I do. So anyway, thank you for coming. I'm not an expert. I'm pretty good at trying to get everything right and, all that kind of stuff. So Phil, Ray Tipton, gotcha, brother. Cool, man. And Joe, same here, Phil. And Phil, yeah, Joe, heard of you actually from Lost Souls, Scarlett. Last night, I incorrectly called her Charlotte many dozens of times and correctly called her Scarlett many dozens of times. So from Lost Souls TCS chat, thought I'd come in and check you out. Sub, though. Thank you for subbing. I think I am down at my comments. It is 12:06 a.m. Eastern Standard Time where I am. My time is 2:35:48. I probably want to go to Lost Souls pretty soon. The last couple of days, I've been listening to Brittany and Lost Souls at the same time over the speaker. That's crazy. I should put one onto the earbuds. But so I might start ramping down. So I will probably try to do a bon voyage. And prior to all this, Hot Mess, how you doing? I'm about to start my goodbyes. Hi, Joe in chat. Hi, Hot Mess, how you doing? So I used to take 45 minutes to say goodbye. I can't do that anymore. I don't think I'm down to 2 or 3 minutes yet for a goodbye. So it's probably 8 or 9 or 10 minutes. But I have an intro that I try to do it first, but I don't always succeed. My goodbyes are, about, the opposite of those. It's basically the same stuff. So hi, Hot Mess. How you doing? I'm probably going to ramp down and try to get to Lost Souls. Lost Souls TC in chat. She normally starts at 11:30 p.m. with Eastern time, which was 38 minutes ago. I don't know if she's live, but I probably will go there. And then Brittany, allegedly with Brittany J. I think she's live right now. And I'll probably listen to both. And I highly recommend everybody going there to both of those. They are so good. Sorry I missed the show, but just saying hi. Keep up the great work. Love watching you grow every day. Thank you, Hot Mess. Yeah, I consider it way different than 9 days ago for sure. But I have to learn, I don't know how to, I have to get back into the presenting and all that kind of stuff and finding a wall and finding banners and all that stuff. I do have to learn a lot. But anyway, thank you. I think I'm doing pretty good. So the way I introduce and the way I end, I would just like to say thank you for being here. My name is Joe Hart. I live in Vermont. I'm a person with disabilities, primarily invisible disabilities. I don't usually mention my disabilities or diagnoses, or I choose to call them quirks and idiosyncrasies. Not because I hide that stuff, but they don't usually apply with what I do. And throughout a stream, you're going to hear a lot about them. But for crime sleuthing, I think me being OCD is incredibly important. I can drill down, and I can drill down with the best of them. I'm really efficient, effective, methodical, meticulous. I'm all those words, and so I do really good in that. But so I think it's worth mentioning that. I always want to mention, thoughts and prayers for the victims, families, the loved ones, the friends, the students, the school, University of Idaho, the community and city, Moscow, Idaho, the county, Latah County, the state, Idaho, and all the LE. And I know I rag a lot about Moscow Police Department, which I will probably continue to rag on them. I wish they would turn it over to the FBI. It probably is turned over to the FBI, but Chief Fry has to still get in front of those cameras and smile way too much. And I know it might be a nervous tick or whatever, but I think it's still inappropriate. And their social media people ought to be training him and reprimanding him and saying, stop doing that. But anyway, that's my opinion. So even though he must get up there and say, we're in charge, we're the blah, 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 I do think FBI is in charge. So anyway, I have faith in the FBI. No reason not to. And so anyway, thoughts and prayers for Moscow Police Department, the FBI. Idaho is covered by FBI Salt Lake City, West Virginia, which is the other area working on this case. But West Virginia is covered by FBI Pittsburgh. And then they say the rest of the country, which is just FBI National. So those are the three FBIs I'd like to pray for. FBI Salt Lake City, FBI Pittsburgh, and FBI just national. And then also the Idaho State Police. This is my 16th stream on StreamYard. As most people know, I did 5 streams on YouTube Live by itself. I did 5 streams on StreamYard free, which only went to one destination, YouTube. And then I now have done 11 streams to 6 destinations, which is the 3rd level of plan and the 2nd level of paid plan. And I'm sending it to 6 destinations. So I always like to call out the destinations. You know, it's Facebook profile, Facebook page. I don't understand the difference yet, but I send it to both. LinkedIn profile, YouTube, you know, no descriptor word, just YouTube. And then Twitch. I've had an account on Twitch forever, but I'm not a gamer and I'm not young. So I don't quite understand it. But I now have sent, 11 streams over to Twitch, and I'm getting, an analytics from them and stuff, but I don't really understand Twitch. And then I get a bunch of, anyway, most of the people that have visited from Twitch so far have been trollish type of people, but that's okay. Keep coming and, good luck. And then the 6th, which is, currently my biggest thing, is Twitter. And as I keep telling you people, I guess the number is not really there, but I'm pointing to it. I guess the number really is over here, which I'm not pointing to anything. I'm just pointing to my curtain. But it says 6. And so my room is kind of small and intimate and it's growing and stuff. But with Twitter, I always like to let people know, full disclosure, in case someone is, saying, if they're saying, oh, I might want to try to do a panel, but I'm scared and I like the small and intimate. Full disclosure, my Twitter is usually 200 or so viewers at a time throughout the night. If I talk for 2 hours, there's usually about 1,800 or 2,000 viewers throughout the 2 hours. So usually is about 200 people at a time. So anyway, it's 6. Anyway, it's over here. So it's 6 plus 200. Again, people can still come up to the panel and it can be intimate and stuff. But anyway, that's the way it goes. And then of course, thank you to all the live viewers. I really appreciate it. This was a really active stream. I got, I'm getting subscribers from other streams. I wanted to personally thank, T-Rev 757. He's responsible for most all of my initial subscribers. And then Lost Souls TC in chat, which is Scarlett. She's responsible for a lot of my subscribers. And then allegedly with Brittany J is recently has had a very positive effect on my streamers. So, my viewers. So anyway, I just wanted to thank all the live viewers. It was pretty happening tonight. Still small potatoes and stuff, but I am gracious and grateful. I don't like that word grateful, but I'm grateful for all the viewers and stuff. And, it's small potatoes. It can grow. I'm just grateful that anybody's here and everybody's here. So thank you to the live viewers. Thank you for the comments. I love comments. That's how I either get off topic or stay on topic, but I usually respond to comments. And then also the replay viewers, thank you very much for watching the replay. And then thank you to my mods. Thank you very much, Hot Mess. Thank you to City Girls Glam. Thank you to Muffy. I think that's the 3 that came by tonight. I'm going to have to figure out how to always have YouTube on so I can see the blue wrenches. I don't do that. And I want to know how to have Twitter on live. So when people start leaving comments, I can respond. I mean, I've gotten comments, but I want to respond to them live. So I don't quite have 2 devices that can be on that immediately, but I'm going to try to figure out something. Anyway, that's kind of the end of my introduction and my goodbye. I just really appreciate everybody being here. Phil, thank you for stopping by. Joe Buddha. And so Hot Mess says, hi, Joe, in chat. And then Hot Mess, sorry I missed the show, but just saying hi. Keep up the great work. Love watching you grow every day. Hot Mess is wonderful. She's one of my blue wrenches. She's a mod. I really appreciate her. She's great. And, you know, I love her dropping her link and other people dropping her link. I know it's toward the end of the stream, but I'll probably end the broadcast, and I usually count down when I hit that button. But then I'm going to check the 6th. Anyway, chat room will be open for a while. So Hot Mess, if you're still here, and if you want to still drop your link, you're welcome to. It says 6 people. So, you know, it's small and intimate, but, you know, just in case you do want to do that, I would, you know, recommend everybody follow Hot Mess or ask everybody to follow Hot Mess. She's a rock star. She's really good. She can probably give a description of what she does way better than me. So anyway, that's my goodbye. Please check out Brittany, allegedly with Brittany J. I think she's live. No one told me that yet, but it was originally 10:20 and now it's 12:17. So I think she pushed it back a little bit. So she's got to be on live by now. And then Lost Souls TC and Chat, who is Scarlett. She goes by Scarlett. She's most likely live. I think she's really consistent. She told me, she goes, you know, for my time locally, it's 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is, you know, 50 minutes ago, 47 minutes ago. So anyway, if you have the time and the desire, please follow both of them. Again, I want to thank Hot Mess and Phil and Joe and, you know, everybody else. This has been a great stream. Ray, Mars House, sorry I didn't get to you. You probably left after my comment, after your comment, because I didn't get to you. Liza, you're a rock star. You're probably over in, anyway, I love that people would go over to, I would, you know, it doesn't bother me at all that you go over to Brittany and Scarlett. So anyway, I just wanted to say thank you, and everybody have a good night. I usually like to delay 20, 30, 40 seconds because I think my comments are up to 20, 30, 40 seconds delay just so someone. But anyway, when I end the broadcast, the comments will still work. So anyway, I'll do a countdown. I have to hit end broadcast twice. So in 3, 2, 1, I just hit the first button. And now in 3, 2, 1, I'm going to hit the next one.